Ria's probably gone for a wee.
It's alright, I've gone live.
You are a polar bear!
I told you I was a polar bear. Can't get my bloody camera to work. I don't know why. I've got no idea why. Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. I'm a polar bear. What, my camera won't work. I don't know. If I knew that, Ginge, I'd have fixed it.
Why is Dad a polar bear?
They don't know why I'm a polar bear. Otherwise, they'd fix it. The camera's not working, mate, so I've had to go with a polar bear. You off to bed?
Why can you not be like a dragon?
Why are you a polar bear?
They didn't have dragons, mate. It was that or a fox, and I refused to be a fox.
Why?
Why?
This is a
You
cute-
are a fox.
They're little gimmers. It's polar bear or nothing, mate. Polar bear or silverback, and they didn't have silver bears. Silver bears? Or white foxes. Or polar crabs. See ya, bye. Where are we? Welcome to the channel. I am your dungeon master for this evening, Captain Snowflake. Yeah, I've got no camera, so you'll have to deal with it, nerds. Right, this is the first session since our week-long, I believe, for yourselves.
Yep.
Session 50, because we got through like 15 of them on the week-long. I've forgotten how to do this. Go to all the sources. It's weird not seeing myself. There's a fucking polar bear talking at me.
I forgot that I'm supposed
Social
to
media.
comms.
Go follow the link that appears in the chat. You've got your Instagrams and Facebooks and Twitters and all that good stuff. If you want to come and join us in Discord and you want to check out our stuff on YouTube and listen to it on Spotify and all this, you can do. Follow those links. It'll tell you everywhere to go. Yeah, do that. Sponsors. We are international superstar Dungeons and Dragoners who can't afford a decent camera and is pretending to be a polar bear. So, but we are sponsored by beautiful people, and the first of those beautiful people is Loki Battle Mats. So if you want to go and grab a giant A3 book of maps, so you can just flip them out on your table because you're very lucky to play around the table, go check out LokiBattleMats.com. Their stuff is incredible. Really high detail, beautiful colorations. They're amazing. Absolutely love them. But they also do the digital versions of the stuff they do on Drive-Thru RPG. So go check that out. They're amazing. We love them. If you want minis running around those maps, go to Crafted Campaigns on Etsy. Our young friend Sparky has a Etsy store on there called Crafted Campaigns, and the miniatures he sells are fucking beautiful. And he's also responsible for the avatar of Penglai the Mountain, aka Not a Tarask. Which reminds me, I need to send those glass dragons out because they're still sat on my table. But I sent the Tarask out, so that's good. So yeah, please go check out the Etsy Crafted Campaigns. He's amazing. If you want sound to go along with your miniatures and your beautiful maps, you can check out Sirenscape, who have the best sound sets, ambiance, in a not French accent, Spanish. C ambiance. Go check them out. They're amazing. We love them. If you've got a digital device or access to the internet, you can play them out of any device really, and you get some beautiful ritual music, elven veils, sugar dates and pistachios. And if you play online like we do, you can share a link with your friends and they can hear what you are playing, so it's super cool. If you are playing on virtual tabletops, you can go to Roll20's Marketplace and check out Coyote Grey. I love chibi artwork. Most of my, 99% of my tokens are Coyote Grey's chibi artwork. They're amazing. I love chibis. I love chibis. The chibis that you can see of the characters are done by Becky Appleyard on Facebook. So if you go to Becky Appleyard Art, I think it is, on Facebook, or follow the link, she does loads of cool little chibi artwork and such. It does maps as well. She's been doing maps. So that's the sponsors and all the social media stuff. If you feel sorry for the adventurers, Monkey Face.
I don't know what the command is. Hold on.
I know.
Good.
You can donate 200 bits / cheers
Oh yeah.
to
Oh,
give
he's
the
changed that.
party a re-roll. They can't be used on the DM or death saving throws, and they don't roll over to the following day or week. And any money made from bits is gone. It's all mine now. So yeah, donate them 200 bits, and they'll get a re-roll. They've got to do them. They've got to roll them tonight, kids. They can't carry them over till next week. If you are feeling particular spicy and you want me to ruin their natural 20s, you can donate 500 bits, and I'll make them re-roll. Moose. Still. That's the bits. That's the stuff. Right. So, big announcement. We did it other day as well on, I think it was last Tuesday. For the next year and a bit, so until New Year's Eve day, so midnight, New Year's Eve, 2024, any events we do, whether they be 24-hour one-shots, long weekends, heavy cons, Christmas one-shots, or whatever we do, all will be aimed to raise money for a charity of a friend of mine that is super close to me, and I've been waiting to do this for months and months, but we had to get the week-long out of the way, and honoured that she's letting me do it. So Sophia's Pregnancy Loss Support is a charity that is ridiculously close to me and my friends and family, and I will be doing what I can with as many nerds as I can to raise a few quid for them over the next 16 months. So yes, their website, which I did have, and now I've lost it. Give me a minute. My little polar bear's let me down. Copy. Paste. Boom. If it's relevant, please check them out. They're here for you. If not, pass it on to someone. But yeah, so super happy. Nikki and Tom are amazing, absolutely amazing people, and yeah, we're gonna do what we can for them for the next year and a bit. Right, on to the recap. There'll be a Just Give It page going up in a couple of weeks. On to the recap. This polar bear is freaking me out.
Because none of us can see it. Like you're
not-
the only one that's enjoying.
I can. It's on
Watch
the
the
screen
Twitch.
over there.
Oh, is it on the
and
stream?
It's so weird.
It's crazy.
The
Why
party.
is it wearing a hoodie?
Well, the other
Sorry.
one was without a
Because
hoodie.
it's cold.
So. It didn't have a string vest, so I had to go with
And
hoodie.
if Eddie has to
Why?
wear a t-shirt, Polar Bear has to wear a t-shirt.
What's? I don't understand.
Camera's broken.
Oh,
That's
If
the
you
only
were
thing that'll
listening,
work. Ree was on the loop.
Don't know it's a
Leave her alone.
toothbrush. Don't know I'm a polar bear.
don't know where I am. to
Don't
be
know where
honest.
she is. There's 3 things in life you need to know: where the polar bears are, where your toothbrush is, and where you are. I'll tell you where you are. You're in the crypt of the 7 of the. I can't remember what I bloody called them.
It's been some time.
I can't remember anything about this
I
campaign.
actually
Rescue.
I collated my notes, but they're fucking downstairs. I wrote everything down.
Eddie knows all the things. Eddie
Yeah,
was
Eddie-
doing all the recaps,
Yeah.
and now he's frantically trying to look for notes.
I think he's trying to stop Sky biting him.
I've got Sky with me this evening.
So who do you keep turning around to?
Phantom.
I'm sorting like lammies and things for
Oh,
the weekend.
what a fucking nerd.
you know, like just
The
got more laid
Ergasia.
out.
You're getting ready.
The Ergasia. So, you've gone to the crypt of the Ergasia where the 7 heroes of Penglai back in the day allegedly buried. You went into the villa on the side of the lake. I've got a map somewhere. That's really cool. Once in the villa, you found your way down into the start of said crypt. The first room you came across, other than it being full of illusions that you guys put there. Oh, yeah, dragons and all that good stuff. Oh, there's loads of shit. I can't recap a week. You'll just have to watch. You entered the first crypt, which was and belonged to. Wow, I write too much. I should just keep it. 4 goblins.
The Hydra.
Yeah, I know that bit. You walked into the crypt of Linnean, aka the Hydra. Hell of a fight, lots and lots of treasure. You
Chopped in half.
capitalised on being in a room full of treasure by grabbing a few magical hats, a magic bag, and some coin. Like
I got a shield, thank you very much.
I mean, you got
So
a shield. Woo.
I picked up a +3 shield. It's great.
Yeah.
I picked up nothing.
That is true.
Picked up anything, then.
You picked up the magic hats, Beyond.
Picked
Oh
up my
yeah,
hat.
cost of magic.
You picked up the magic hats and about £1,000 of gold.
For a boo back in thingy.
Yeah, don't judge anything. After killing the Hydra, a magical beam appeared in the sarcophagus, and essentially Arcane drilled a hole down into. What are you laughing at?
I thought you said magical bean.
All right, Althea's it's gonna be rough tonight, kids. It's gonna be rough.
You gotta watch out for them magical beans.
Just appeared in the sarcophagus.
You followed said magical bean into a tunnel that took you to a dark, moist place. You ended up in the crypt of what appears to be Bahamut. In there, you fought an avatar of Penglai, the mountain. You had Remy with you as a emerald dragon. You had Wolfbearer with you as Remy and Wolfbearer are now coin bearers apparently. Frodo's laughing his head off. You summoned celestials, you summoned demons, you turned into elementals, you summoned elementals. There's a lot of shit going on. And you eventually didn't die and killed Penglai, or at least this avatar. It is now
5 billion years later, and we haven't moved because we're recovering.
You're trying to get a long rest. We will stay here for 8 hours.
There can only be one big band in each room, right?
We need to wait 6
mean-
hours before we go in the next room, guys. Sorry.
Of that scale,
Bjorn is,
Yes, I can't imagine
Bjorn
Penglai
is
was like
fully
getting-
looking for a short rest. Cheers, Biggie.
Hey.
You're muted. What
My
are you
health-
saying, Rich?
could be worse.
Bjorn is actually okay. Bjorn didn't really use any spell slots. I conjured an elemental from the axe. I'm pretty
Demon.
good to go. Everybody else?
You conjured a demon, not an elemental.
And an elemental.
Both.
No, I
Yep.
had a guardian.
It's
No, he had a demon that he did, and the elemental. He did the earth elemental.
Fire elemental.
They were
I
going to
did
make
the
a
earth
lava elemental. All right, they were going to make a
If
lava
we
elemental.
got the chance.
And then there was the demon gorilla that AD got to control.
Well, not really. It spent more around it in
Well, yeah.
the Tarrasque and died.
Uh,
So you are in Bahamut's crypt.
I'm absolutely.
Can
well,
any of
I'm
you
not
hear
abs-
Sirenscape?
No, but I've not got it open, so that'll be
Same.
why.
Let me get.
Hang on.
I have not opened it.
Well, I'll put the link in the Discord.
Thanks.
What do we call this game? My glory's not enough. There we go.
That'll do.
There you go.
Glory is enough now. I've got
Yeah,
enough.
glory is enough. I'm good. No, I don't want to do anymore. I just want to go home.
I've had enough glory.
I've had enough glory.
Feels weird to have Sirenscape in this background because we didn't have it for a whole week. Ugh.
There's click to start, but it's not working.
Oh, you just keep clicking.
I tell you what, it is so surreal having had Sirenscape for like 3 years now. To then play without it for that week was
We should have all just put like a headphone in and just listened to it on our
Yeah.
phones.
all them extra viewers. So you are in Bahamut's crypt. There is decorations along the wall that are very what's the word? Very
Expensive?
dramatized of a hulking warrior wrestling barehanded with a silver scaled drake and such, and there's all different patterns, and some of them the dragons winning, some of them the hulking warriors winning, others they're like locked. They are it's very much look at me sort of decorations around the walls of this crypt. There is no sarcophagus other than the brewski and the biscuits. I tell you what, babe, if we weren't already married, I'd put out.
There's a brewski and some biscuits in this room.
Nice.
Where's the bean? Where's the bean?
That definitely justifies a long
The
rest.
bean is sat in the corner with a massive
Yes, the bean.
celestial warhammer.
I'm surprised you can find it, AD.
I don't need to.
There's only a few of us that'll be able to find the bean.
I'll just let her find it herself, and then
Just 3 of us, actually.
I go to sleep.
Is there
I've never lost a bean.
any sort of boxes around the edge? Any chests? Anything?
Pressure.
Anything openable around the edge?
To say this is the crypt of the leader of the Ergasia, it is very bare. The sarcophagus is just rubble. There is something that catches your eye amongst the rubble, but other than that, this is just an open. It's a huge, huge crypt with nothing in it other than decorations along the walls.
Could I go and poke through the rubble and see if there's anything interesting? The rubble of the sarcophagus, not just the general rubble caused by Penglide.
Yeah. I was playing with stones for 8 hours.
I have to look for a specific rubble.
Yeah. So, moving the rubble aside and being the, experienced war cleric you are now, you find a large warhammer. It is instantly, as your fingers just brush the metalwork, you feel the divine aura that is pouring from this. It is as if there is a mist of divine energy pouring from this celestial hammer. The engravings and motifs and such that are around the handle all the way up to the massive head, giggle away, is swan in nature. There are swans with their wings spread, closed, intertwining around the handle. And you would put money on it. You can hear a melody coming from this hammer. But you'd have to lean in just to hear a soft tune coming from the hammer.
The hammer is singing. I found a singing hammer in the rubble of. You're all looking at me weirdly. I'm telling you, I found a singing hammer.
What's it singing?
Can I listen more closely? What's it singing?
Sweet Caroline. It's just a soft melody.
Ba, ba, ba.
Yeah.
When I wake up.
Well, I know I'm gonna be.
All right, it's different than I expected.
It's a Snoop Dogg classic.
Da 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 da.
It's been a couple of weeks since I last had to pretend to be this character. Is Velk here, or is Velk not here currently? Is Velk someone else?
Emerging from the rubble is a 3'3".
Tarask.
Yeah, 3'3" Tarask. Velk's no character. If it's a Tarask, you win. I'm done. Campaign done. Is Velk about? Velk?
Yeah. Just stood there smiling.
Of course he fucking is.
Velk, do you need a rest? Does Velk look injured? I don't know why I'm asking.
Facially,
I don't know why I'm
no.
asking a question.
The seepage on his
Emotionally.
clothes emotionally ruined. Althea took a beating. Despite the magic healing that's gone through her body, she took an absolute whammy in.
Okay.
Her soul was nearly torn from her body, but made a
I don't
sterner
even
stuff.
remember
It
that.
must be Saturday.
Yeah.
So late, I don't really remember that.
Etheria got chewed on.
Etheria got a bit of chewing.
Folk doesn't look like he's scuffed up at all or anything like that.
Wolfbearer looks like this is not the job for a scout. Just stood there like, oh my god.
Could I maybe suggest we take a short rest and Velk, perhaps this hammer is something you could maybe have a look at? I know you might be tired too. It's really hard to tell with you.
When you say the word short rest, Althea just face plants the floor.
Take 2 bludgeoning. No.
How many hit points you got?
Snoring.
So are you ritualistically identifying?
I just hold out my hand and I will.
I don't know why I think it's this small.
It is not. Some Warhammers are versatile. This is not. So whilst he's identifying that, all of you hear the shattering of 1,000 pieces of glass coming from the tunnel area that you jumped down originally from the treasure room. You just said.
Was there any glass up there?
Althea goes into the floor.
I saw gold, no glass.
Someone's having
Bags.
a smashing time. Die, Sparky.
I saw bags. Those bags. I got a couple of bags. But no glass.
Could it be someone setting off a trap? I mean, we were careful when we came in, but if someone tried to follow us, maybe they weren't as careful.
Were we careful?
Yeah, we were.
But there was nothing. You know, there were just the.
You were Althea careful, all right? I'll give you that.
I tanked the traps as I walked through them.
There were people up there, you know, the shadowy sort of.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, you know, there was the gate that closed behind us, so we really can't go that way anyway.
There was the fire steps.
Sure. And then then there were all the people. And
I just
then
don't remember
we
any
went into
glass.
the room.
There was no windows or anything, was there? No mirrors.
No. I don't know what we can do about it. How far up is the roof?
It was.
I suppose massive one.
Yeah. It was a good, I think it was a 60-foot drop and a 60-foot tunnel, because I think you could. I cannot be arsed scrolling, but let me have a look.
I think you said 60 foot.
Yeah, because the drop was.
And
because you feather fall down, didn't you?
Yeah. I don't have anything to get back up there anyway.
Remy.
Right.
Yeah. Well. Sorry.
Did you say Remy and Althea, or just Remy?
Just Remy, because I looked
Okay.
at Althea and decided not to bother her. I fear Althea right now.
You do remember that Remy fell out of the tube because he had to force himself.
Remy
through
had
it.
to be birthed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Did we not use any lube on that tunnel?
He's
We
an
didn't really have
animal dragon.
time to. Yeah.
Lube's just weakness in Colossus.
Never mind, Rem. I don't
Outlawed.
think you're going to be able to.
There
get
is
your
no
face up
lube
through
in
there.
Colossus. Next t-shirt.
It's fine. It's 3 minutes past 9. We're good.
We are not going back that way.
No, I just want to know what the smashing was in case something's going to follow us down here.
And if it does, I will keep watch.
Okay.
Well, nothing could have come through the door because I put a big pillar of earth in front of it.
Yeah, nothing.
Unless,
Absolutely fuck all can get to us right now.
unless something turned the earth into glass, and that is what is smashing.
Is that a comment? Is that possible? Can I?
Transmutation.
You
use any
just
magic?
summoned a celestial to fight for you, and the red lady tried to kill a motherfucker for you, and you're like, "Can someone turn stone to glass?"
What's your point?
It
Do
could
I
have
know-
been
I meant, do I
ice.
know?
I'll give you that.
I meant, do I know any spells that could do it? It was a
We
specific
definitely-
question.
We didn't
You-
walk through a room of mirrors, did we?
You didn't.
Okay.
But Faze,
Nothing that we can remember.
Faze, being a academic, you are aware of the schools of arcane wielders, and one of them being transmutation, and therefore being able to change one thing to another. It doesn't mean it did happen, but you are aware that it is possible.
By extrapolating from the knowledge that you can turn one substance into another very clearly, there could be something following us.
Good luck to it. I mean,
Cool.
I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
yeah, either they'll catch up or they'll die along the way from the traps.
Fab. Love that.
Traps that we have already set off.
We
can't
might have not
guarantee
set some off.
Exactly.
I
Trying to
will
work
keep
out.
watch.
What's the tunnel made of? The tube coming down into this room?
Stone.
Bone.
Stone.
Oh, stoned.
I also heard bone and was like, oh.
You always
Bone
say
would have been
bone,
way
all of it.
cooler.
It would have been.
Raya, do you have the ability to manipulate stone?
Is stone made of earth?
I am not going to answer
Today's philosophical question.
Or is the earth made
Oh.
of stone?
that.
Raya can fly. We don't need a dragon.
Althea starts gently sobbing into the ground.
I'm not putting Raya at risk like that. I was thinking if Raya could mold stone.
Oh, but you send Remy up.
Just close the hole.
Remy's a dragon.
Remy is a
Remy's
dragon.
butcher than all of us.
Yeah, just close the hole, Raya.
If you can try molding earth and see what happens, stick some earth up there at least.
Just stick
Give us a second.
stick Penglai like a big bung in the.
Raya
Yeah,
thinks
because-
about turning invisible.
No, I think we should use Penglai's skull as a bung.
Well,
There's-
since
no,
Penglai, the avatar of
Belkis-
Penglai turned into mud, we do
Belkis-
have earth that I could mold.
Belk is actually just being kind to Rhea at this point.
Just turn invisible.
Belk realizes Rhea wants to ditch out of this conversation.
Turns invisible. It's your choice, Raya, but I think you're the only one who could do anything.
I'll mold earth over the hole.
Can you tell me
But
what
that's fine.
mold earth does, please?
Yes.
Take some
Once
earth
I've-
and it makes it mouldy.
Once I find it.
I just need to know how long it's going to take you to fill a hole that Remy, the dragon, came through. I know how long that.
Oh, turns out that I don't even have mold earth, so I'm not gonna do that. But instead,
The dungeon master turns invisible.
I will cast erupting earth, which is
20
a
feet.
120 by 20.
Can you do it in the air, or does it have to come from the ground?
It just says centered on a point.
But surely it's a point that has to have earth?
So
No?
theoretically, I could cast it off of the wall of the tunnel.
Yeah, that's
Have
cool.
it come
The
That's-
spell,
sideways
the
Yeah,
spell
yeah,
says
yeah,
choose a point you can see on the ground within range.
I'd
Oh,
allow looking at the side, like you said, of the tunnel, but it is 60 feet up. So what's the range?
that I'd have to
120
cast.
feet.
120 feet.
Oh, you're laughing. You're laughing.
Yeah,
So,
you can do it.
so you're just going to cast erupt earth so it blocks the tunnel, yeah?
It would only make a 20-foot cube.
Well,
Literally,
how
the spell
big around
says
do you think Remy is?
I don't know.
He's
Five
a,
foot
he's,
eight.
he's a big lad.
I
you-
can't.
you probably-
write.
you
You
probably-
think I know measurements?
You probably need to cast it twice to fill.
Yeah, sound. I'll cast it twice.
Ferry is walking far away from a big hole in the roof as she can, where the earth's going to be erupting from.
Not erupting from the roof.
Tunnel's in the roof.
Oh god, that's.
Have you got the spell slots to do it?
I'm double checking.
You don't have to. Like, this is
Let's
not
just
a requirement.
let whatever's there come to us.
I can do it once at third. I could
I
do it
would've-
once at third level and once at fifth, and I'm not wasting fifth level spells on erupting
I
earth.
No.
I'm not doing it.
Wouldn't waste any.
Raya's just gonna sit there and then look at it and go, I'm too tired. Nah.
Well, whatever's up there, it's gonna have to.
It'll
Say
take some
hello.
time to get to us, so let's just chill. Let's have a picnic.
No one's got any
He might like
bells that
whatever
might set
it
off
is.
an alarm or anything like that when you.
Not set up for this encounter, no.
Okay.
Yes, if we're camping.
Rhea thinks about turning invisible.
Oh, I'm lying. I actually have alarm.
Rhea could turn invisible and go and fly and just quickly have a look. Just she can fly.
Again, that's using a lot of spells. We've still got the rest of this massive dungeon to do. But if something does come down behind us and tries to kill us, we should probably know about it. Ray, your choice.
Raya will just and turn invisible.
Okay.
And I will go and fly up.
Sneakily, or?
Sneeze. I'm invisible, so I don't know if I can be any more sneaky.
Does it make you mute?
How much noise am I gonna make flying
Well,
up
if
a
you
tunnel?
flapping your wings in a tunnel will create sound.
It will. Yeah, we'll attempt.
I will ask you again.
We'll attempt sneaky.
It's just a stealth check just to keep yourself sneaky.
Guidance.
You can't see her.
22.
Wouldn't she start stealthing
No,
next
you
to
had
us,
your
though?
chance. You had your chance.
No, I turned invisible before I stealthed. I let out a big old groan and was like, fine.
Right.
22 though,
22.
so.
You fly up the tunnel. You lot don't hear her. You are very sneaky, Ray.
Yes.
You kind of do a slow beating of your wings rather than going hell for leather. Getting to the top of the tunnel, you can see the rubble of the Hydra sarcophagus that you all jumped into and then down this tunnel. Looking into the room that you just had a fight, you see no treasure, no coin, no sword, no potion, no nothing. Just thousands and thousands of pieces of broken glass. As if a million mirrors had been shattered.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
14.
You look across to the doorway that you put your earth pillar there in the way. There's not any rubble. It's just not there anymore. As if dispelled.
I was gonna say, can I sense any aura of magic around to see whether anything had been cast recently, like within the last 5 seconds or some stupid things?
You don't.
I can't do that, so
No.
there's no point.
I mean, it's worth a try. Yeah, go for it. You can sniff away. If you had a
Smells like
little,
conjuration.
If you had a little sniffy demon with you, they could have done it. But alas, you got him killed. That's actually well done on the hand. It's well done.
I'll fly back down.
Okay. Are you still invisible, or do you drop it?
I'll be invisible until I'm back with the party.
You're back with
Like
the party.
literally next to them.
Yep. It's not a great distance to travel. you are there.
So I drop my invisibility. I'm like, you know all the stuff that you stole from the room upstairs? Does everyone still have their stuff?
I look down at the armor I'm hopefully still wearing.
Amelia's
Gonna
just
check
naked.
for
I mean,
hats.
Faze is just naked. I'm at the moment. The things that you took from the treasure room are still intact and physically with you. They haven't shattered.
Good.
So, if anyone wanted to go back up there to get some more stuff, too late. It's all gone.
You see, these hats must have been special then. The rest of the treasure was obviously mundane items spelled to look like treasure and is now turned into glass. It is a good thing that they got these hats when they did.
Put a hat on, Bjorn.
Okay. Put the tricorn on.
Sure
Yeah.
is a hat.
Bjorn is Bjorn is now stood there with a tricorn on his head.
Nice hat,
Strange.
Bjorn. Thank you, Rhea. That was really helpful. At least
You-
we know
you
what the smashing
You
was.
can feel the arcane like buzz in your hair, like if you rub a balloon against it. That's what I've been told anyway. I've never experienced
Hey,
it
Velk,
myself.
you're identifying things. Can you do these as well?
Poor guy. He might be a
Conveyor
rat.
belt of stuff.
Just to give him a load of hats.
You could just see Velk smile like the twitch at one side, just like I'm gonna fuck
Just
you.
eye like
I'm coming to murder you.
I mean, my impression is stunning. It's just there's a fucking polar bear in the way.
Well, Bjorn, I don't think it was just the treasure, because even my earth across the door is gone.
Someone
It's
had
as
to do that,
if
right?
someone dispelled a load of magic.
Or there was another spell for cleaning. And they just cleaned everything up.
Were the bodies still up there?
Not
Yeah,
a very
that-
good spell.
The bodies were still there, right?
Well, and the bodies were still there, so I don't think it was cleanup. think we're gonna have to be super careful about where we go and how long we spend in these rooms, because a lot of us are quite magical.
If being
And
dispelled
Carrie-
means I lose my new stuff that I've got, I don't want that to happen.
So we
Well-
may be on a time limit.
I don't know if it's that or if it's that when we leave a room, that room no longer exists in some way.
We've been down here for how long?
I mean,
24 seconds.
Yeah. 18 and a half
Fire.
seconds.
That entire fight.
It was 14
About a
minutes.
minute in total.
That's a lot of minutes.
Uh-huh. And how long have we been in this room for? Because there could be a timer waiting to clean this room as well.
You've been in this room for you flying up in there, and Velk's identifying that. Faze went and shifted through the rubble. You've been here about 20 minutes, I'd say. Which
Longer
is
than the room
far
upstairs?
longer than you were in the room upstairs.
yeah, I don't think we're in imminent danger of being turned to glass and exploded.
Do we not think, could it have been a person that cast a spell to dispel, maybe we are being followed and someone had to get rid of
The only
Rhea's
people
earth
that I
wall they
saw
had to dispel
there-
and they got the whole room.
The only people that I saw there were the dead ones that we left on the floor, and people is a broad term.
Can you see invisible people if they're invisible?
What?
Well, no, like, have you got an extra special vision that allows you to see people as if they were invisible? If not, there could have been an invisible person up there.
Are you just trying to typecast the Fae now?
No, I'm asking how good your eyes are. Because Bjorn's got magic eyes sometimes.
Well, unless I pluck out Bjorn's eyes and shove them in mine, no.
I'm just going through, there is the possibility that someone is invisible and following us.
Possibly.
They might be in this room right now.
What Wolfbear and Remy start looking around the room.
Are they with us in the room?
Just stare at the corner like you can see them.
You noticed that Wolfbear and Remy are kind of making their way along the tapestries, along the walls, like following this story that is telling of this hulking warrior take down a silver drake.
Perfect. That means that we don't need to. I'm sorry, I'll stop being an ass now.
Oh, okay.
Please continue.
Just means I say less.
Need to find another way out then, don't we?
Give me 1 second while Elfie is still doing that, and I'll go and follow the story and see if there's anything I'm not already aware of.
Give me a history check. Velk,
Anyway.
I know they've given you lots of stuff, but are you actually identifying it? And in
Yeah,
what
like
order?
I just.
The hammer got to you pretty early on. Did you
Yeah,
immediately
I'll
start
do the hammer and then
the hats?
the hats.
So it's 10 minutes a pop, yeah?
Yeah.
And how many hats did you have? 5? Beyond?
I thought it was 3.
The
One of
Fez,
them
the
was a Fez.
Tricorn.
Yeah.
Was it 3?
Berry.
The beret. The beret.
The ferret.
So yeah, it'll take you 40 minutes, mate, to identify this lot.
Very cool.
So that's how long you'll be here at least.
That's exactly the amount of time that we need for to finish this long rest. We've been here 20 minutes
Short
already.
rest. Short rest,
sorry.
Althea.
We've got
Damn it.
short-
It's a long
I'll
rest.
see-
Dungeon
Don't know about
Master.
you lot, but I'll
Yeah.
be here.
I'll be here for the next 7 hours.
If it's a short rest, let me have a look at something.
You
I've
won't
got.
be short resting, mate, because you're
Yeah.
5 rituals in a row.
No, I think that's something that
Fine.
I can help.
Okay. Or is
I don't
it
know if
your
it's
Song of Rest, is it? Where they can add
Yeah.
extra, yeah.
I don't know if I have to do
Do
something. for that.
something. I think
Yeah.
you have to be singing.
Okay.
You're not
yeah,
hum
if you,
and identify.
you or any friendly creatures hit a performance regain a hit at the end of the short rest. So if I don't
If you'd-
short rest, but if I tell the story of what's been going on or like the recent activity, if I talk that through while I'm identifying.
Well, your short rest is nearly an hour. And
Yeah.
you've got 40 minutes of this. You could easily get off a little tail to give them that as
Yeah.
well. It just means
Okay.
you'd miss out on a short rest.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So do you all know what Song of Rest does?
gives total full healing instead of
Rolled.
rolled.
No, it's Anybody who hears it can, at the end of a short rest, may spend, or that spends 1 or more hit die. Each of those creatures regains an extra 1d8 hit points.
Okay, cool.
It's not spell slots. I don't want to know.
All right, I don't do it for Rhea.
Yeah, just
I actively do not.
every time you face Raya, just go dead quiet.
Don't look at Raya for a full hour.
So you're doing the hammer first, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
This is the hammer from, is it Wolfbearer?
No, this is no. Wolfbear hasn't had to identify his hammer yet, I don't think.
Okay.
Because he got it just before the Tarask fight. This is the hammer that Faze took from the sarcophagus, the one with the melody that's radiating from it.
Yeah.
As you perform your identifying ritual, and being a lawbard that you are, you can hear the turning of 1,000 parchment pages. You hear the song and know it to be at least performed by a beautiful lake with swans upon the water. And it's not something you don't have a vision of it. It's just as you listen to the song, that's what if Velk has an imagination would imagine. He's dead inside. It is known as the Swan's Song, this hammer, very simply. You can see a cool forge. There is no heat to it. Even though you can see the ember light amongst the coals and such, there's no heat radiating from it. It's cooled as if the iron itself is forged in the tundras of the north. But there are swan feathers everywhere just floating around the scene as if someone's thrown confetti, but it being giant swan feathers, nearly taking your 3-foot self out. The hammer itself radiates a soft, are you ready for this, Ed? Iridescent. Yeah, I don't even know if I said that right, but I know what it means.
You did, it's a very good word.
Boom. Light that shimmers in hues of blue and silver. And you can see that the head of the warhammer is adorned with these beautiful carved swan motifs and such. Particularly around the breadth of the hammer, you see that the swan wings are kind of spread in a protective stance. There are several potent magics that come to your mind as if you are scritching them down on a piece of parchment. It does 3d8 bludgeoning damage. You must be attuned to get any of this. 3d8 bludgeoning damage. It is a two-handed warhammer. It cannot be used one-handed. It is not versatile. But it does 3d8 bludgeoning. I can send you this through after as well. Right. The Celestial Renaissance. When you score a critical hit with the warhammer, it releases a harmonious resonance, echoing the serene melodies of a swan's song. And the target must do a DC 15 wisdom save or become charmed for 1 minute by this song. Whilst charmed, it is incapacitated. Speed is reduced to 0, and then can repeat the save after each of its turns. The Swan's Grace. While attuned to the swan song, you gain +2 to your dexterity score. Additionally, you will have advantage on saving throws against effects that would restrain you or knock you prone. Heavenly Wings. As a bonus action, you can call upon the celestial energy within it to summon spectral swan wings that envelop you. While you have them, for 1 minute you have a flying speed of 60 feet. You have advantage on charisma. You have advantage on intimidation checks, but it's a charisma check specifically for intimidation. As the majestic wings make you look big and hard. That's only once a long rest. The Swan's Embrace is an action. You can slam the Swan Song hammer into the ground, causing radiant damage to burst forth in a 30-foot radius. Each creature of your choice within it, DC 18 dex save, or they take 68 radiant damage on a failed save, half as much on a successful. Those that fail are blinded for 1 minute, but they can do the save after each turn. You hear as you finish your ritual, you hear a calling as if somebody's on the other side of that lake that you could hear in the song, that you could feel its presence, and they are calling for the return of the hammer. And they stand on the bank on the other side of the lake. Or at least this is what the song leads you to believe.
So someone's calling for the return of the hammer.
Yeah. You don't see them, you just know there is someone on the other side of that lake calling for the hammer back. And the hats, yeah?
Yeah.
The fez, yep, is a hat of misdirection. When worn, grants you advantage on stealth checks, and once per short rest, you can cast the mirror image spell without using a spell slot.
Nice.
The tricorn is more than when as you start identifying it, you see that there were 4 like what's the word? Like they would have been kind of made into the hat, sewn in maybe somehow, but 4 sockets is not the right word, but there's something missing from at least 3 of them. But there is a small sapphire gem within the folds of this tricorn hat, and you feel an elemental flavouring of water coming away from this small sapphire. It gives you resistance to cold damage. Yeah, so it gives you resistance to cold damage. As an action, you can change the element you are resistant to. However, you know that the other 3 gems that would help with the other 3 elements are missing. So you would have to find gems that are elementally charged to fill those missing bits. So the action to change it doesn't really work at the moment unless you, put more in the hat. But right now, wearing it will give you cold resistance.
Tricorn hat have a name, like the fez?
The tricorn hat is just the Corsair's command.
The beret.
The beret is the beret of shadows. Seems to absorb the light around it. The wearer, you have to be attuned to this, gains the ability to cast darkness once per short rest. As a bonus action, you can meld into the shadows, becoming effectively invisible in dim light or darkness. You're not actually invisible, but for all intents and purposes you would be, unless someone did some stupid perception check on you. That was it, I believe. Mr. Velk?
It is.
AD, send me the stats for the hammer and I'll make it now. Don't take me to it. I'll make it on D&D Beyond.
I can't.
Okay.
We'll do it after, don't worry.
No way.
Discord will like that's too many letters. So, was that it, Velk? Just them 4 items? Or were you identifying anything else?
Unless any of you passed me anything else.
I think you did a bit of identifying before you came down, didn't you?
To be fair, in fact, before we came down, I said, look at wolf bearers. We
Hammer.
took a pause. Yeah. But you've got wolf bear anyway, so you can just.
Yeah, so I've got it. I can tell you. It's not there. What a whammer.
I figured mine out just by experimenting, I think. Oh no, you identified my braces, I think.
Yeah, to give you because your braces were sending and
So left hand was sending and left hand was right hands.
Yep. And I got a bag of holding and a transmutation coin purse. And left behind the fancy one.
Yeah, I think I've got all the other stuff written out. The only thing was wolf bearers because you said just make a note. Wolf bearers hammer. I've got it here actually. Yeah. Hammer, wolf bearer. No detail yet. So that is shield, Imperious thing.
I got a breastplate.
Yeah, I've got Praetorian breastplate. Suit of
I
armor
found
from Raven
5
Home.
AC. Is what I found.
Also was in a golden trim when humanoids depicted a celestial FA, a farm with a pitchfork.
So
nice.
I'll tell you what I'll do, Eddie.
Yeah.
On Discord, mate.
Yeah.
This is his hammer. There was another random roll, so I need to stop random rolling because I never get a potion of healing.
Cool. Yeah. Sounds happy days.
No, you don't. You should keep going.
Yeah. It's the one item I wanted as a player. But yeah. So
give me more spooky random rolls.
What was your history check phase?
I don't remember.
Roll it
I'm
again.
sorry, that was a while ago.
Sorry.
Yeah. And I've only got one little bag of dice because all my dice is still downstairs from the week long. I've been ignoring that room. I don't want to go in there. 13.
13. It follows suit. There is a hulking warrior. Every now and then you see people in the background that are faceless, just kind of the background crowds cheering, arms in the air type thing. Whilst this hulking warrior wrestles with this drake across mountains and rivers and in the clouds and the oceans. There's very much a dramatic portrayal of Bahamut slaying this silver drake. As you follow the wall round, you can see that this, or at least in the depictions, Bahamut tearing the hide from the beast and wearing it as a cloak / robe, holding this hammer with a swan motif on it, just high, while there is lightning and mountains in the background. And again, it is very dramatic, very picturesque, but you get the gist of it. Nothing seems to stand out beyond the obvious.
Okay. While I'm looking at there.
However, Wolfbearer rolled a lot higher than you.
Okay.
And he points towards the end. And he points, and there are 2 younglings. They seem to have long hair. They're not great detail in these tapestries. They're just more more detailed silhouettes than you're used to. But they've got, you can kind of make people out. But there seems to be 2 younglings that are cowering from Bahamut as he holds the celestial swan hammer aloft. They don't fit any of the story.
Do they look the same, the 2 children? Like, are they both
as far as
relatively
the
identical from behind?
as far as the simplistic artistry goes, yes.
Interesting. Okay. Noted. I'll keep that to myself. You know, it's not relevant to anyone else right now.
What are we doing for? You've had a short rest for those of you that required to click the button.
I'd like to wander around, look for a door or another way out.
Give me an investigation check.
That's going to go well. Investigation. 16.
16?
Mm-hmm.
Where the sarcophagus was broken and rubbled, 2 things catch your eye. One, there was absolutely, with a shadow of doubt in your keen mind, there was anything else in that sarcophagus except this hammer. And just beyond it, half kind of chipped away at the stone where the force of the sarcophagus is getting destroyed, you can see what probably would have been an attempt at a secret door has kind of been damaged enough that it is not tilted, but enough that you can see. With a bit of meat, you could probably prise it open or blast it open, but there is enough to work with that there is something beyond, whether it be to another crypt, a way out, just a secret little room, you're not sure.
So the door's against the sarcophagus was pretty much against the wall. And
not far off, yeah. And just with it getting obliterated, just the force of it, just dented this secret door's flushness against the wall.
I'll call Bjorn over. Bjorn.
That was beautiful, Tony.
Yeah.
I'll call Bjorn over. Bjorn.
Bjorn. Yes.
I think there's a door. Oh,
I love this game.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
We should probably get moving.
Have you tried opening it?
Well, I was going to, but the last time I went off and did something like that by myself, I kind of got a bit kidnapped.
I mean, fair.
Oh. Yes.
But yeah, I'll go try the door now. I would like to try. Is it open enough to squeeze through, or
not to squeeze through? Just enough that you could pry if needs be. I mean, you might be able to pull it more, but it seems to be made of stone and was flush with the wall, but just the force of something hitting it has broken that.
Yeah. I am very strong. I should have probably shouted Althea, but she's kind of face planted.
Snoring.
If we finish the short rest, then I would be sat up.
Snoring.
Looking like this.
Wolfbear and Remy just pointing and laughing like Beavis and Butthead.
I'll be putting my armor back on because that takes probably about half an hour.
Is this dwarven stonework?
No,
DM?
it's not.
Okay, just checking.
Back to Furia.
Nice try.
I will attempt to help Althea. No, sorry, Etheria. Open the door. Or pry open more.
Okay, so one of you give me an athletics check with advantage.
Go on, Etheria.
13.
The pair of you lean into it, but this is a secret door in the Agassian crypt of Bahamut, the Celestial Hammer.
Althea, are you feeling better yet?
Yeah, I feel great. I'll feel 3 off of normal. If we were to put numbers to.
If we had to put numbers to it.
I think we've loosened it at least.
What do you want me to open?
This door that Etheria found?
I can't. Can I see the door now they've pointed it out?
Now they've pointed it out, yeah.
There's no fucking door there. What are you talking?
Passive perception of -5.
It's the stone squirrels all over again.
I can't breathe.
I will go and try and open the door.
Cool.
Face, anything you want to give us a hand? She holds out a hand, like, thank you.
You can have advantage on your athletics check as Etheria and Bjorn step aside, sweating. Well, Bjorn's not. He doesn't sweat anymore.
If this works, Bjorn.
Advantage and guidance.
Thank you.
I'll let you have that one.
23.
You lean into it and you feel the creak, but it doesn't budge.
Remy!
You turn around and you see Wolfbearer just staring at you all and looks up at Remy. Remy just, if had shoulders to shrug, would go over. I'm still making the bastard roll for it.
Remy just gonna flick the thing.
Just push it with this one talon.
A single dragon claw.
So after the 4 of you having a go at it, he does manage to get like 2 of his claws around where you were pulling and manages to shift it just enough for a smaller person to crawl through.
Can I physically
But
push
even Remy is like you can see the strain that Remy had to put into it. Like, you know.
Oh no, Bjorn's small as well.
Thousands.
Velk is still smaller than I am.
thousands of
But
tons of
Velk's over
stone
there,
on
and
the
we
store.
can't hold this for very long.
I don't feel as bad now. Velk is as small, but Velk is support. You've got that axe of yours, Bjorn.
Yeah, and if you need to, you can use the stonework thing to get back here.
No,
It's
I
not
can't
Dwarven.
because it's not dwarven stonework.
I'm gonna shove him into the.
Bjorn,
Okay, but don't die again.
are you trying to crawl through, Bjorn?
I'm being shoved headfirst into it, so yeah.
Some people can resist, you know. Just
Oh no, an
With
adventure!
Yeah.
my strength score.
So give me an acrobatics check as you kind of just try and what do you call it when bendy people shoot arrows with their feet? Contortionist?
Contortionist.
Yeah,
There you go.
contortionism.
Where you're trying to
Or just
the first
contortion.
ever dwarven
Where did you get that bow and arrow, Bjorn?
Taught.
He's had
Why
it
are you
since-
in it?
He's had it since level 1.
I rolled a 6.
And that's the reason why he never uses it.
Bowling ball.
As Althea tries to shove Bjorn through the hole, he tries to like let his arm drop a bit lower and stretch one arm out, and he kind of gets stuck, at least for now, just in the gap.
Remy,
Can we not just smash the door?
You Bjorn, you have dark
Yes.
vision, yeah?
Yeah, 180 feet.
Beyond you is a small. I mean, it's no bigger than a bedroom. There's a small squirrel with a machete. I'm gonna shave you, motherfucker. No, you see a small room. It's about the size of a bedroom. There is a single table. On the table is a mug, a handleless mug, and a bottle of, well, what you use? A dark vision.
Lambrini.
Dark liquid. And on the table alongside of them, it seems to be a bit of parchment or a bit of material. You can't really tell from this far away. But you're stuck.
I think we found a bedroom. Etheria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is a bedroom.
No.
Is Bjorn blocking the entire thing? Can I see past him a little?
With great difficulty.
I'll
It'd
Misty
be like
step
3, 2,
inside.
1, breathe in and have a look.
Yeah, I'll Misty step inside.
Okay.
Why was I shoved into the doorway? I missed it.
Althea's like,
They didn't give me chance.
That is genius. I'm going to shove the dwarf in this hole. What are you doing? I'm just going to misty step past.
my plan to try and leave Bjorn behind has failed again.
So, Althea, you will be able, and with Bjorn's, I'm assuming Bjorn helps get himself free.
I'll push Bjorn from the other side as well.
Yeah, and Althea, you hear this, and Bjorn is
I just
free.
keep 1 foot behind Bjorn so I can't move.
Etheria, you're in this room that is the size of a bedroom. It's got a table in it, a chair, a handleless mug, a piece of parchment, maybe a bit of material on the table, and a bottle of liquid. It is dark, like you need dark vision to see dark.
Yeah, I've got like 120
Yeah,
feet
I
of
know.
dark vision.
I know. Everyone has.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I've got a lot of that. Yeah, I'll have a quick look around. I would like to look for anything obvious standing out in this space, like anything that could harm me.
Here's a glass bottle. Give me a
I've never
perception
got-
check.
Yeah, this is gonna go well. Could have been worse. Perception. Why is everything a mine plus 0? 11.
11.
Yep.
See a table, a chair,
A glass bottle.
a glass bottle, an handleless mug, and a bit of parchment, maybe a bit of material on the table. I mean, I'm assuming you've just kind of stood and looked rather than walked around the place.
Pretty much. But have I bothered taking anything I can light? Dark vision. Can I look on the parchment to see if there's out on it?
Aren't you a sorcerer?
I am, yeah, but
Haven't you created a bonfire on a hydra before?
I have, but I don't want to like.
Do you not have a flint and steel and a torch on you? Have a look in your equipment, you goof.
That's what I'm looking at now.
Etheria brought all the calligraphy set, not the flint and steel.
I do have a torch. I have a tinderbox, but I'm also a sorcerer, so I cast to create bonfire on my torch. 5 foot fire.
Holy shit!
I light my torch.
Etheria comes back with no eyebrows.
Yeah, it is Ash.
So you light your torch. And
Yeah, I'm going to look
about the place.
have a closer look at the parchment, the material, the glass, and all that stuff.
So now with the light on, what you see, with the torch lit, just beyond the glass bottle, is a chunk of stone just sat there. The liquid in the glass bottle. Well, you'll have to have a check, will you? The liquid in the glass bottle looks alcoholic in nature. The bottle itself seems to be exquisitely made, like the glass has been treated with some minor enchantment. It's been a long time since that cup was used, but not as long as you'd hoped. And the parchment is actually a piece of canvas with a painting on it. And there is a painting of a very large, well, from what the rest of the pictures you've seen seems to be Bahamut, a large warrior of thickness. With them is a dwarf and 2 little twin girls, and they all look very, very happy together. And this piece of canvas seems to be part of a bigger picture, but only this bit is here.
I will pocket. I'll drop the stone, the bottle, the tankard, and the parchment into my bag of holding.
Okay. With your lit torch towards the back of the room, you see a paint pot and a paintbrush next to it. And the paintbrush is as if it's been heavily dipped into the paint pot and then just thrown on the floor, the blotches of red paint on the floor.
Is the paint still wet?
Yep. Do you touch it?
If I can see that, it looks.
It seems to, like, the torchlight gives it sort of like glisten.
So glistening a bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to send a message back through to Bjorn and just say, I found some possibly alcohol in here. I'm sorry to rub that in. A painting, and there's a paint pot and a brush that still seems wet. It's like someone's done one quite recently. Do I see another exit?
Give me another perception check. Now you've got your torch up.
Shit, 9.
Hard to read.
I am not.
And Tony's back.
Next time I'm making a 20 wisdom something or other. It's the wild man.
I'll make you do acrobatics checks. Can I see the dragon acrobatics check?
Can I just have 20s across the board?
Yeah. I'd love to. You'd still roll that once.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like I say, I messaged back through to Beyond what I've seen, and
you can reply to that Beyond, or you can just talk to Tony, to Etheria. It's up to you.
Because they're right through a gap.
Yeah. See Etheria just staring at you.
I'm being stealthy.
So there are
It's
no
true.
other exits from inside?
Can't see one.
Okay. I think someone else needs to get in there, guys. No offense, Etheria.
Should I?
Are there no other ways out of this room? Not you, Etheria. Everybody else. There are no other ways out of this room?
The gap small enough for me to walk through.
Well,
big enough. Big enough for me to walk
it's
through.
not walk, but you'd crawl through it easy enough.
I crawl into the room.
Cool. You see a pink dragonborn, a table, a chair. That's your immediate. Have you got that vision, Volk? I assume
no.
so. No.
I don't think so. Let me have a look.
There's a fire in there now, or a torch.
Oh, there is a torch in there. Yeah, I just want to know. There is a torch. You don't need it, but.
Well, what I was going to say is, I'll say, Ethereal's torch lights up the room and I'll cast as a cantrip dancing lights. So 3 orbs of light will start circling around up to 120 feet.
All over.
Shed like
It's gravy time.
four torch-sized lights within range up to 120 feet.
Mate, you light up this room, literally
yeah.
just walk up to the switch, bang, there you go.
Nice. I'll let the bonfire go.
The table and chair are very well crafted, like expensive antique sort of design. The room has had nothing else in it. There's no like dust marks or anything. The only way in is the short, maybe 5-6 foot, like from the sliding door that was broken. You guys have just crawled through into the main room. At the back of the room, there is a paint pot on the floor with a wet brush next to it. The paint seems to be. There is a good, like half a bucket's worth of paint on the floor, and between yourself and Etheria, you can see that it is running against the wall and disappearing beneath the wall.
So, like the paint's kind of, is it spread around the kind of general area, like, or there's a few paint like bits and all that sort of stuff. So there's like
it's as if someone got a bucket of paint and just threw it in one area.
Yeah.
Imagine a 5-foot square if you were looking at a grid. Just threw it in that one area. There's a paint pot, maybe the size of a pint pot, and this thick brush that, as if someone had heavily like mixed the red paint, and it is running like under the wall.
So I'll take out a piece of parchment, and on it I'll start writing descriptions of the party. So I'll write descriptions of like everybody who's come down to the crutch.
Okay.
And then I'll start putting them just on the floor, around kind of the general area where the paint is. So where the picture of Bahamut and the twins and the dwarf, I'll basically be writing descriptions of the party and putting them around that general area.
Around the paint area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then after, unless anybody else does anything, after a little while of writing out descriptions of the party on parchment and stuff like that and just leaving it about, I'll walk up to the wall and just put my hand against it.
Okay. Before we get on with that, big thank you to Ampersand D20 and your raid of 42, I believe. Thank you very much. It's appreciated. I protect your foot meats. It's a Marashaf raid.
I shall protect my foot meats.
I don't like feet.
Protect your foot meats.
Be nice to the raiders. I don't know what marrow shaft is. That's freaking me out.
Protect the raiders. Protect the raiders' foot meats.
So while Velk's doing that, Etheria, what are you doing, if anything? And what are you lot doing in the other room?
If I see the paint going under the wall, I want a closer look to see if it's going through the wall or if there's a gap.
Give me an investigation check as you're leaning close.
Velk,
you're putting your lollybird. It's gravy time. So much.
Yeah.
So you're putting your hand on the wall where the paint is.
Yeah. So once I've finished writing the descriptions of this party and putting them about, I'll walk up to the wall and just put my hand.
Cool.
Just kind of bending over next to Velk, looking at the bottom. With a 12.
Cool. So what you both notice is the paint has a very strong coppery smell to it and reminds you of blood. As Velk puts their hand on the wall, the entire wall, that back wall, shimmers, and you start to see as if strokes of a paintbrush are going against the wall, but you don't actually see a paintbrush. The image of what Velk has just described, and you see imitations of Faze, Rhea, Bjorn, Etheria, you are Etheria, Faze-Oth, that you don't see one of Velk. But there are, being into your calligraphy and somewhat of a artiste, you can see that there is great skill, and I mean skill of a master. The skill you see just manifesting upon this wall is that of someone you'd seek out to pay coin to be taught by. And where Velk is stood and the blood/pint is running down a small 5-foot wide waterfall, you now hear it trickle downwards, and you can see as if the image becomes sort of 3D. You can see now as if you and Velk now stood on a cliff edge, looking into a cave that has got that journey to the center of the world sort of vibe going on, and you see these 5 adventurers minus their gnomish bard kind of stood upon this cliff, looking down into this blood red waterfall into a lake beneath. And just beyond the lake, you see 4 humanoids. One is sat at an easel painting a picture of sorts. You don't know, it's too far away to see. Next to them, maybe 10 feet next to them, you see a woman with long dark hair playing a piano, and the piano seems to be made of bone. There you go, kids. You got your bone in. The other 2, where are you? You little... The one painting at the easel, they're stood tall, they're gaunt, they're in tattered sort of aristocratic clothing like that of Faze, that sort of Ravenholm-esque flavouring, and they are painting upon there. The woman next to them playing the bone piano, she's wiry, her hair is like a wild mane. She is just kind of, her head's going slowly back and forth as she plays this sorrowful melody. Maybe 10 feet from them on this, like I say, this like a half an island beyond this blood pond lake, there is a third, and she is sat with her hands deep in a large pile of soft clay, and she's just moving it around and manipulating it to make shapes. And the first shape you see her make is one of a humanoid. And the 4th, where are you? Yeah, wee bastard. Seems to be elven in nature. As they... Seems to be elven in nature, and they wear a cloak of shadow. Like, it doesn't look like material. You see it more being of the Shadowfelleth area, that this cloak they've cast over their shoulders is one of shadow. They have a veil across their face, like a bridal veil. His long elven ears just kind of, they're filled with rings all up there, like foot-long long ears. And they are very much doing what you've seen Velk do, and the various friends of Velk, where they create those illusionary images. So you've got these 4 creative types, one painting, one playing the piano, one is moulding clay, and the other one seems to be doing a illusionary performance just to themselves. And they all look ancient, gaunt, hungry. And they are about, from where you are, where it seems to be above, looking down into this magnificent, beautiful stalagmites and stalactites blood lake beneath this crypt. You see these 4 artists about 200 feet from you. They've not paid you any attention, and you just see Velk smiling next to you as he lets his hand off the wall, and the image remains.
If I put my hand forward, can I feel the wall?
You goes through it like you feel the cold air out in front of you.
I'm gonna message to Velk saying, friends of yours, do you know them?
I'm shaking my head, but you can't see it because of the polar bear.
No. Like I evoke won't respond.
No. Okay.
But what Velk will do is just start to so he'll hold out his hands, and like the book that's normally kind of floating ethereal kind of around Velk will hover slightly and shimmer just in front of him, and small illusions of various points within the party's story will start to appear on the book.
On the
as
book.
He just,
Do you think they're some of the 7 before us? Gonna message back through to Bjorn. So I think we've got company of this 4 arty types here. Here's a door through. Velk found it.
Are you responding?
There are 4 other people in there with you.
No, Velk found some kind of door. We're looking down on them. They're a little bit away. They don't seem to have noticed us yet.
Okay. Is there a switch, or a handle, or a button that will open the door from this door from your side?
I'll have a look. I wouldn't bet on me though.
This is your third perception check in this room. The DC's going up every time, just so you know.
Yeah, it's not
Evolution down,
Yeah.
That's only
Malicious
12.
flipping his wand of polymorph.
I will say with all the dancing lights and stuff like this, you can have advantage. Whereas before you were just kind of fumbling.
Went up a little bit. 15.
15?
Yeah.
You can't find a switch, but it's not because you're unable to see it. You're very confident you can't find a switch in this room for that door. What you know of the door so far is it is clearly a very strong design door to be part of the crypt itself, and it is damaged enough to make the hole. So if it's too damaged that you can't move it, it may be too damaged that even if you could find a switch, it's not just going to flip it.
Yeah.
But you're confident there's no switch in this room?
No switches, but the door's a bit fucked anyway.
Okay. Remy. Hi. Old pal. Can you smash the door down?
Just kind of
and smash the door down?
just try and pushes you aside, and the emerald dragon will beat on the door like a rat beating itself to death. Instead of me rolling 300 dice, are you just going to wait till Remy bats the door down?
Yeah.
Cool. Very loudly, you hear boosh, 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 and after about 40 seconds, Remy has dinted, smashed, broken, bent the door enough that it allows you through. The fact that this emerald dragon had to physically force this door and it still didn't just open tells you the lengths the people of this crypt went through for that door to be secure. And just goes.
Thank you, Remy. Well done.
Remy's not getting through that door in a million years. Wolfbearer will pipe up. I'll stay here with Remy if you wish to go forwards.
Perhaps look for another way out, maybe, while you are here.
Good idea. And starts moving the way, and you see Wolfbearer kind of just feeling where the floor meets the wall, just to see if there's any tiles or anything to push. Or so what are the rest of you doing? Walking through?
Yeah.
You see what I described to Etheria. There is like this surreal 3D imagery of U5 minus Velk, stood on this sort of cliff edge that is just the end of the floor of this room. There's a table and a chair, but you do see a incredible creation of yourselves. That's strange. You kind of look at it and know that it's not real, but then you turn your head almost like a hologram. And then just looking down, you see this beautiful cavern. The stalagmites and stalactites are glistening with a almost mithril veins going through them. Not that you're convinced that it is. It's just got that beautiful silver vein going through it. Looking down, you see this small 5 foot wide blood waterfall into a blood lake, and you see these 4 archetypes, as a theory put it, on the other side of the lake.
Did they react to the pounding?
Nope. Some of us could just take it.
Bear in mind, I haven't been paying 100% attention. That is the
I'm
first.
shocked, Ray. I'm absolutely shocked.
That is the first intro into this. Did they react to the pounding? No. Good.
If we're honest, there was no context in which you could have said did they react to that, apart from did they react to the sound without it sounding dodgy.
The answer's still
How
no.
far away?
From where you're standing, about 200 feet. In a diagonal down. You are currently at the top of a waterfall that goes into this underground cave.
There's no other way out of this. Sorry, Bill.
Same question.
There's maybe more in the room where Wolfbearer's looking. The cave itself does look to have tunnels. If you were if you look down towards the artists on your right, then ish to your left, you see that there are tunnels that go further off that seem to be a bit more natural. Whereas this scene before you is immaculate. Like, the coloration of the cave is just perfect. It's surreal.
This doesn't look real, right? Like, there is something about this that is particularly odd. Also, did I take the hammer back off Elk?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know. Did Velk
did
give
you
it
give
back,
face?
or-
As a
Velk's still carrying most.
It just seemed really unlikely.
4 hats on his head.
Just piled up.
It would not have
All
stopped
of the buffs.
Velk the pat mule.
I'm gonna pick up a stone and wing it into the cavern.
just in general or at anything?
Nope, just straight into the cavern.
Straight into the head of one of the archetypes.
So stonework or blood lake?
Blood lake.
Cool. As you toss your stone, it plink
I'll
into the
toss your
lake.
stone. It what? Sorry.
Plink
We need to stop.
Goes plink.
into the lake and disappears as if the lake is real.
Is there a splash?
Yeah.
Captain?
Or a plop.
So
It was a plink, right?
not an image then.
I mean, it's real. Can I throw a second stone onto the stonework? I want to know if everything reacts as it should. I'm
Can I
very
throw a stone
skeptical
at
of-
Phase?
Let's just
All-
throw some
all-
stones
Just
all-
down.
picking stones.
All the stones hit reality.
Donk.
There's a sentence.
The image before you was definitely there, or at least is definitely tangible enough to be throwing stuff at. It's just pristine.
We could try and talk to them.
Raya, give me a.
Oh wait.
Give me. Just roll a d20 and add your
My turn.
proficiency.
Okay.
Give it. Fuck it. Give me an Arcana check.
It's the same thing. It would be the same roll. So yeah, sound. 18.
18. There is a fear-like glamour to this.
This seems
Fear-like.
like my sort of thing.
Seems like fable shit.
Right.
It does indeed seem like fable shit, Althea.
I'm gonna
Centered on the-
activate Eldritch Sight.
Goes
That would have
blind.
made a great deal of sense.
Goes blind.
How far and what is it? Does detect magic?
Yeah.
So you detect magic. Wherever you look into that cave, no skull comes along with it.
Ooh.
So I reiterate, this seems like fable shit.
Okay, I don't see this going exceptionally well, but the magic goes right the way up to where we're stood, Bjorn. Just beyond where we're stood is where the magic starts. Is that right?
Well, the scene, yeah.
The scene starts. I'm going to cast a spell magic at 4th level on the
A few steps behind face.
start of the scene, like just beside the door.
Holding her breastplate.
I can cast
Just
it
a
up to
breast.
120 feet away, so I'll probably aim it like 120 feet into the scene.
Okay.
Because it says it can end one magical effect, so I'm hoping that might cover it.
So concentrating on the scene itself being an effect, yeah?
Yes.
You reach out and you hear the Red Lady whisper in your ear encouragement as the arcane words form and the magic leaves your fingertips. And you almost see that small bead of arcane energy kind of go that 120 feet and just go like a silent firework. Like when you blow the little fairies off a dandelion of magic, and it flitters away and the scene remains. However, the woman playing the bone piano turns and looks up to where you all are. And Faze, can you give me a wisdom save, please?
Actually, yes. That's one of my preferred saves.
You are a cleric.
As a cleric. Please don't be scared about making a wisdom.
Yeah.
No, I love a good wisdom save. That is 23.
For a very brief moment, you feel complete despair. You kind of shrug your shoulders off, and whatever tune she was playing from that piano fades, and she goes back to playing her piano. What you do notice, now that you've gained their attention, is that the tall, gaunt artist stood at the easel, dressed in tattered nobility of Ravenholm type clothing. They smile towards all of you, and they begin to paint faster with a fever behind their movements.
Can I try and see what they're painting? Like, is there a way that I can angle myself?
It's
to
200
see
foot away. Give me a perception check.
We're all standing in the
Right.
doorway going, "Oh."
I'm going to walk up to the easel, pick it up.
Start turning it and stuff.
Richard, if you're moving, bring my notes. They're on the table.
23.
23. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Still can't see 200 feet away.
You can see the H, the X, and the Y. You
Hexy.
notice a you can't, like I say, you can't see the details, but you can see the vibrancy of colour this artist is using. And the most obvious one is the bright pink humanoid shape upon this canvas, and then the one near it in gold and red, and then there's a dark couple of, like, one's got like a wing to it.
They're painting us.
It's quite obvious that they're painting
They're
yourselves.
painting us, boys. They're painting us. What are we going to
Okay,
do?
does anyone feel that that's probably not a good thing? I feel
The-
that's
I'm just
probably
going to
not.
pose.
The
like,
images that Velk created, or caused to create, seem to be fading, full on Back to the Future style.
I don't think we should let him finish that.
Excuse me, painter.
They ignore you as they continuously thingy. The one doing the one with the shadow cloak and creating these illusionary whatever it is, these people and landscapes and such in front of them. They kind of just look over their shoulder and look up at you, smile, and they've got this Similar to the smile Raya has when she's about to devour her food.
Yeah. Okay. We should stop that quite promptly, I think.
Can I?
Best emergency shout ever. We need to get out the building, I think.
Do we need to stop them painting it, or do we need to leave?
I don't
As,
think
as
we
a
can-
theory,
Stop them painting.
Althea's
don't
reaching for a
think-
javelin.
we can get down. I'm sorry, but you're not my sister. They're 200 feet away.
I could
The
throw a
javelin isn't going to reach that far.
Can I get in and start running 80 feet?
I mean, you are on top of a cliff, like a waterfall into this blood lake, and the waterfall's about 80 foot down.
I
I don't
really
think
don't
we
want
can
to.
get down there.
It'd
Why don't
really
we just-
fun
they
if
can't-
someone could throw fire at them.
They can't paint us if they can't see us. Let's just like hide. I'm not sure.
I don't think that's true.
There might be another way down through the room.
No artist has
Okay.
ever drawn a picture from memory.
Yeah. I just don't think that's likely. They've seen us now, and I think we now have to deal with this.
Althea's still posing.
Anyone got featherfall? No, probably not. Okay.
They do. We've used it.
Yeah, I know.
We had a scroll of Featherfall.
It was a scroll
yeah.
used,
Anymore.
yeah.
Remy. Oh no, Remy can't come in here, can he? It's too
Nope.
big.
You just hear from like, and back in the room.
Your boyfriend can't do
Start
everything.
trying to get through the door.
Remy, here, boy. Come. Come. Althea's in danger. Come.
Fire breath comes through the door.
Okay, can I stick my head very quickly back into the other room and go, Wolfbearer, any luck on a different direction?
I'm just gonna roll this pebble I found with numbers on it.
Right?
With Remy's
Yeah,
help.
that seems reasonable.
Motherfucker.
Fucking Tweedledum and Tweedledee, Remy
Hey,
and Wolf.
They're rolling that 20 between them.
Hey, look at that.
I might have found something over here. In this far corner, there seems to be a handle of sorts. I don't want to pull it. It's kind of in the stonework rather than protruding.
Everyone, get back out of sight. Let's see if if Valk's pictures stop fading, then we know the painting has stopped painting.
I can't think what else.
Really hate artists.
I'm gonna go and pull the handle that Wolfbearer points out.
Oh yes, let's open 2 rooms at the same time.
So you go back
They're
into
200
the,
feet away. What are they going to do?
Fly.
Suck out our souls into a painting.
Yes.
Wasn't there a guy who saved his youth in a painting and the painting
Dorian
ate
Gray.
He's dead now. Tipex were his kryptonite.
Hated the invention of the photocopier, honestly.
So you go running in, Wolfbearer points it out, and as he said, like right in the corner, there is a almost grip to one of the stone floor tiles that is handle-esque, is a terrible way of putting it, but you could definitely grip hold of this, and there is a loosiness.
Does it look like there's any like little holes where a dart might shoot out, or like poison?
Give me an investigation check, Rogue.
valve? Like, thank you. She's learning. Okay,
After the Tarask fell off.
that's a natural 20 for 19.
There is something not mechanical about this floor tile. It's got an arcane hum to it. You kind of, as you're moving your hand around to get a better grip on it, you kind of move some of the dust from the edge of the crypt, and you can see that there is a real pale red sort of beginnings of an arcane glyph that almost burn your fingers when you kind of touch it and you reach back.
Bring your eyes.
My eyes are still on.
Good stuff.
They
Bring
don't
them
turn off, do they? Isn't it permanent?
No,
here. No, you can turn them on and off.
it lasts for 10 minutes.
But you can constantly do it at will, or is it once a day type thing?
I can do it at will.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
permanent. What a stupid... Like, why do we have that conversation? So you...
I thought you meant permanently on. They're not permanently on. He can just turn them on and off if he wants to. Bring them here.
You
bring
go.
them and look
You
at this.
take your eyes in there.
Look at this magical floor. Bring your eyes.
For no reason, turn them on and off.
Blinking, it's called. We call it.
There isn't. You do see an evocational aura towards where Alfie is going. Over here.
Is it not divination?
No, it's evocational.
Dangerous. Can I touch it?
Okay. It looks like something probably will explode.
Any more info you could get? Like, is this going to
No.
explode? This thing?
No,
Okay.
it's just flavour of it, Beyond.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just a flavour.
Something will explode somewhere.
I mean, Althea's, not like. All right, it'll explode somewhere. I might not be here.
Look, everybody back away. You've all taken quite a bit of damage recently.
Well,
I have not.
I'd like to shout from the door. I feel great.
I feel 3 off a normal, mate.
Yes, if we take another short rest, could you do that again?
Do what again?
Get back up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like
I used to
Faze,
like this
can-
game.
Just like Faze, I can kind of get rid of magic, but it might also stop it working.
So
I don't know.
I'm going to pull the handle.
What if it explodes out part of the wall? It's probably worth letting it happen.
Yeah, I'm thinking it will explode as in like rock fall and reveal something rather than a.
An evocational glyph. Are you just pulling the handle, Beyond?
I'll say, as I'm like holding the thing, like the book, I would say.
Have you gone back into the room, or are you still out looking at the painters?
Is
Go
that
to
is
the
it in
bomb
the same?
shelter.
Is it in the same
No,
room as
no,
that?
no. The handle's in Bahamut's
Then,
script. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
So
I thought it was still back. Yeah.
No, they all went. I say all. Who went back in there? Bjorn, Althea, Etheria, assuming part of the conversation. Faze, you're still out with Elk.
I was backing
Raya,
off
where are you,
the
Raya?
hole, but
And don't give me that wherever Faze is, because you didn't do that at all for a week.
I stayed with Faze because of the Fae creatures.
Cool.
other Faze creatures.
Wee.
I'm gonna pull the handle. Okay.
Cool.
Well, I got time to build like a brick wall surrounding myself.
No.
The dwarven one.
A dwarven one, yeah.
That's terrible. So, as you pull the handle, two things happen. The first fireball goes off. Give me a dex save.
Nice.
The second one is unavoidable, but you can half the damage on the first one.
No, I can't.
What did you roll?
7.
7. You take 60 points of fire damage as two fireballs don't explode in an AoE, they concentrate on that corner. And you
Who's
just see
rolling?
Bjorn enveloped in fire. And he just stands there. Wouldn't have been able to take it as a Viconian, but dwarves! Nails.
Are we saving as well, or is it just Bjorn?
No, it doesn't AoE. It concentrates.
Oh, just
yeah,
okay,
it
cool.
concentrates. So the two fireballs hit Bjorn 7, and that's the most damage he's took in 19 sessions. So, yeah. But you do pull the stuff. You see him engulfed in fire, and he just pulls through the flames. He can't even, he doesn't even cry anymore. You know what I mean? All that's gone
I
from
can't.
him. Yeah, he tries. Valk's got him some illusionary tear ducts, and he just pulls through the flames, the stone tile, and it takes everything you've got beyond. You brace yourself, end up putting two hands on it, and you pull back as the flames dissipate. The arcane fire dissipates. His flesh is horrendously burnt, but he pulls back this stone, and it just comes upright, and it is now vertical. And you see beyond that enormous stone tile a stairway going down. And it is a made stairway, not a natural one.
I think
cool
it
breeze.
might have had glyphs of warding on it.
Like, like goggle marks. Like,
Yeah.
Bjorn, come here. And I will squeeze back out now and realise that I need to go and help Bjorn, and I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Wolfbearer walks over. I can just dispel again if you need to. I did it upstairs for you. Just ask next time. I was over there looking for more places. Night.
20 hit points, Reg.
Thank you.
I can also heal if you want.
It's okay.
Please.
Doesn't hurt anymore.
Please.
Not felt
Wolfbearer.
pain for a month. We'll cast Cure Wounds.
Yep.
You get 14 points back, mate.
Yep.
As
Oh,
Wolf,
that's
but you
half.
hear the mountains.
What would you hear for my healing? Just the flapping of a cloak as it goes past.
Probably the whisper and promises of death. Or flapping of the cloak, depends on what mood you're in.
This is temporary.
Yeah. So, Velk, Faze, and Rhea, you notice that the images that were next to you, stood on the cliff edge looking out heroically down to the thing, have completely disappeared.
Belk, should we move away from this or
Can
deal with it?
the three of you give me perception checks?
Yeah.
21.
10.
10.
5.
Rhea, you see most of it. Faze and Velk, you just kind of look out and you're staring so hard. Velk's working on a new smile, so doesn't quite see it. Zoolander in it. Blue steel, baby. The artist, the gaunt, tall artiste, takes the parchment or the canvas from the easel and begins to rub it all over themselves. Just streams of what appear to be red paint, but you can surmise is blood, just pour from the canvas all over this artist as they're just rubbing this canvas all down the back, slowly on their face, all down their front. Faze and Velk, you kind of just see them moving around and that, and you hear the noise of the fireballs going off, and you kind of look just as Rhea keeps concentrating on what the hell's going on with these artists. The music gets very sorrowful from the bone piano. The clay humanoids that the wild-haired woman had made, this is what you're seeing, Rhea, they kind of just stumble, almost zombie-like, 5 of them towards the Blood Lake. And as they approach the banks of the Blood Lake, they all start to take the form of you and your friends, and they just fall into the Blood Lake and are now floating face down, drowned, 5 versions of yourself. And another piece of canvas gets put back up on the easel, and the artist just stares at it, contemplating, and more clay starts being brought up from the earth as this just carries on. And you now, what did you get, 20 odd? You see the shadow robed illusionist create these images of you 5, not Velk, drowned in I mean, this is just an illusion, just in their palm. You see them drowned in doing that, like reaching out and holding their throats, but there's obviously no water, it's an illusion in his hand. So the clay versions of yourself are drowned in, face down in the Blood Lake, and these illusions of what it would look like if you were drowning.
Do I know of any like magical rituals or anything where that could have repercussions?
Voodoo?
Yeah, pretty much.
Give me a Arcana check with advantage because it is fair and you is a dark fae.
16.
16? Yeah. You are aware, you've already said it before in your adventures, like the whole names thing. You stay away from names. is it given freely and that sort of stuff? You've already been kind of educating your pals on don't tell people the names, don't agree to stuff, don't go into this. You are fully aware of the magics of the Fae and how they can cling to a mortal spirit and dwarven dead people. But while you're thinking on it, what did you get, 16?
Yeah.
There is something relevant, more recent, in your discoveries of the Ergasia and who they were, particularly one of them.
I would have notes on this, but they're downstairs.
Run.
I can remember. Sorry.
Says Althea, pulling the burning dwarf from there.
One of them did blood, painted with blood, and did favours for people. My fucking notes are downstairs.
Jesus, like
I know.
I know it's a long way. Where do you live?
They
Up a
do.
castle?
Well, it's 3 bloody floors.
Well, it's 10:30, so let's have a break because I'm busting.
Oh, same.
We'll have a quick break. I don't know how many people are still watching, you lunatics, but thank you if you are. 20 odd of you, legends. Right, we're going to have a quick 10-minute break where we go grab a drink, have a bio break, and we'll be
Get our
back as
notes.
fast as we can. They're going to get their notes, and we'll carry on and see if they, see what they do. Yay, leather-bound book. Right, we'll be back in a sec. And thank you for the raiders. Bye, see you in a bit. back.
We've gone this long without your face. It's
We're
fine.
back. We're back.
You better
I'm no longer a polar bear. I'm a grizzly bear.
Is that foreshadowing for us?
I mean, if you're scared of grizzly bears, which you
To me, you
should
look
be,
like an
because I'll be for you,
I
Tony,
reckon I could
I'll be
fight.
an otter.
I could fight a grizzly bear.
Are we Althea in this, or?
No, very.
To be fair, my outer character stats are better than my in character stats.
You know what, Ree? I respect that confidence. I'm not sure how it would go, but I respect the
For
confidence.
those conversations, what's the biggest animal you think you could fight?
Yeah, but
Grizzly bear.
anyone can fight a grizzly bear.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
necessarily-
winning.
Only animal I could beat in a fight is a duck.
No,
I'm not convinced.
that evil.
So we're live.
Yeah, I've been for about 12 minutes.
What's the biggest animal you think you could fight, viewers?
And win, please. Thank you.
No.
The wind shrinks the animal. If I were going to die fighting an animal, it'd have to be a silverback.
Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 10 duck-sized horses?
One
Why
horse
not just
duck.
one? Why not just
Horse-sized duck.
one horse-sized duck?
That's what I said.
Oh, sorry.
That was one of the options. Right.
Oh my god.
So a fireball went off
What colour's
in
the big
the.
toothbrush?
The fireball went off. Bjorn, Etheria, Althea are tending to the wounds of Bjorn, who's opened a
I'm a
doorway
fuck.
into a downwards, where Faze, Velk, and Rhea, mainly Rhea, watched the collection of artists at the other side of the Blood Lake in this beautiful cavern perform some weird ass shit with clear versions of you lot drowning in the Blood Lake and an illusionary performance in the shadows.
Did my time.
What do you do?
I am going to move myself and Velk away from the edge of the waterfall so we are not in view of them.
Leave Faze
That
there.
face.
You went and tended to Bjorn?
No.
Oh, I thought you cast Healing Wounds. Cure Wounds.
I did. I know I did cast Cure Wounds on Beyond.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you came out with us.
I wouldn't be there. Good point, because it's a touch spell. So yeah.
You're part of Team Oblivious currently. We don't-
There's a few of you.
Unaware of the horrors going on in the room.
So Velk and Ray. Ray, you've kind of pulled Velk back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go, "Huh, no, yeet. And I'm gonna go to the other room and explain what happened.
What makes you think I'm coming with?
Because you're 3'3".
I hope chuckles. Yeah, but you were dark,
Three.
hollow-boned fairy
3'2"
with
I
a
think
strength
is the-
score of 3.
Okay,
Not
so
that point.
I think it's important to know. Belk, do you go willingly?
This is
I
the
will
time where
roll a stealth
Belt takes a stand,
strength check.
plants his feet, and he's like, "No, I'm not going anywhere."
Turns out Velk's an assassin.
Belk is actually incorporeal. Your hand just goes
just-
through him
I just walk off.
Walk off in which direction?
Perfect.
towards the blood lake.
Just walk off the cliff.
Away.
Off the
Yeah,
cliff. I will go where the majority of people are.
Yeah, okay. So Rhea comes in and explains to you.
I'm gonna say that is less than ideal. How about we either murder them real quick, so that we don't have to fight ourselves? Because at the moment, I think they're just messing around and having some fun, and just instilling fear into us, which I'm not gonna lie, kind of working. And I myself am a fey creature. So, what shall we plan on doing?
I
Party?
think I know. I think I know who it is.
Another way out. Sorry, carry on.
Okay, you did a really good job, Bjorn. And now you're crispy.
This is the only way there is to disarm traps, in my experience. You just have to let it happen,
Put
and
the
you're okay
dwarves on it.
afterwards. Yeah, you're all right afterwards. It's worked for me.
Yeah,
Many
but
times.
that's really not. Okay. I know who's in that room. It's Musa, who used to grant boons. So
Well, what kind of boons do you get from drowning?
I don't know. That's horrifying. And honestly, the River of Blood thing freaked me out in the first
Usually
place.
Water
a
breathing.
boon of death.
I probably can't drown anymore. On the plus side,
I mean, the
Would
Fae
you
are
like
known-
to test that theory?
yes, actually, at some
No,
point.
no,
Shut up,
No.
your no.
Lie on the floor. Althea gets out of flannel.
All right. I wonder what was going on there. Just squats over him.
For some waterboarding.
AD went in a different
What is?
direction
I was
to
like,
you.
just starts moving the
Different
battle
direction.
skirt aside. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Wolfbear and Remy are just like, what the? Reggie?
I mean, Rhea, correct me if I'm wrong, but boons given by the Fae are not always what they seem in the first place.
That would be correct. There's always
Right.
going to be something there that is going to fuck you over.
I'm thinking maybe not the kind of boon we want. Also, the piano person, when they started playing the sad piano sounds, there was this wave, I forgot to tell you, there was this wave of despair, and I managed to fight it off, but, you know, only through my extremely superior wisdom. I don't know how well
Raya just stands there and goes,
Humble brag.
I don't
I
think there's
pat
much
Rhea,
more there.
you manage.
You are very wisdomous.
Wow.
I am,
Wise is the
Wisdomous.
word I feel like.
What?
no, Althea, wisdomous, that's
Wisdom.
correct. So I'm thinking these stairs might be better. However, I mean, up to you guys, obviously. I don't mind either way. Well, I do, a bit.
I don't know how we get to the fair weirdos. I'm
It is-
tapped out
it is
on
odd.
transporting at the minute.
I'd
Well,
say,
found the tunnel.
Wolfbearer will step forward. How are you all looking? Wounds is one thing, but I used a fair amount of magic in your whatever that was we just fought and put gestures at the 4,000 ton of rubble.
I am
if
not
I
feeling
don't-
particularly magical, if that's what you're asking.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
I
don't
have
feel
much more
great.
in me to fight these fair creatures you speak of.
I don't feel magical, but that's not strange, so that's fine.
I have
I'm
some
fine.
strength.
Pat out a flame that licks somehow.
We don't care about you, Bjorn, right now.
I
You are
care
living with
about-
your mistakes.
I care about you. Okay.
Raya's just gonna look at Faye like,
I'm
Sitting
going
in a
to
tree.
walk off into this corner.
And just stare at the wall.
just go completely red. Suddenly
Althea's-
turns into a
I can't go.
tiefling.
I can't go red.
That's the burnt
Althea will
flesh.
sit with Bjorn. I'm telling you, you did great. That's how you do it. Well done. I'm proud of you.
I'm tapped out on the big stuff, but I can drop a few ice balls on people.
Frosty.
Balls.
I mean, if we closed that wall again, we could catch a.
I mean,
Close the wall that was exploded by a fireball.
I'm in it with you.
Yeah.
I can't get out of here, but I'd rather know what we're letting ourselves into. Does this fair person want to talk to you or kill us or?
Seemed more like, I don't know, the drowning clay bodies in a lake doesn't sound ideal.
Could the boons, if
With
this
my
is... Sorry, go on.
superior Fey knowledge,
Yeah.
I'm going to always assume it's never going to be anything nice.
Is the magical could the magical stuff that we've taken from this place be the boon that we've been granted? Do we have to get rid of this shit, or they're going to kill us?
I don't think so. I don't think they're coming after us. I think we approached them.
Okay.
I think it's because we maybe willingly gave them our image when they saw us.
Luckily, we didn't. Velk gave them an alternative because Velk is honestly smarter than us.
I mean,
But it was a willing image that was given.
It was, but it wasn't ours directly.
So God forbid what they would do with our direct image.
So we shouldn't go back in there.
Probably
No.
not.
Okay,
Wouldn't
then let's go
recommend.
down the stairs.
But before we go down the stairs, there are many of us who perhaps need a longer rest, so that they can be more useful.
I could do with 4 hours. That'd be nice.
I will watch the new opening. I can stay alert, even while the rest of you sleep. if anything comes, I will call you.
You'd be willing to do that, Bjorn? You're quite injured.
He still needs to be chilled for 4 hours, but he can
I-
essentially. Yeah.
We also have
I
like
can't sleep phase, so I am always alert.
You would have experienced similar phase when you first had your soul forge attached to your face.
But you're also crispy. Are you going to be recovered in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna get a sleeping bag.
I'm gonna go back to the room with the dragon in and sleep there.
Wait, I thought we were in.
Oh yeah, we were in that room.
You're in that room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were still okay. That's fine.
Fizz, did you say you have an alarm spell?
No.
Currently.
Yes. Yeah, I
Put
do.
my hand up.
We have Beyond, but Beyond, I might as well put an alarm across the entrance. There's no harm, is there? In fact, not across
If
the
I-
entrance, because I've got a range of 30 feet. I will put it about halfway down the stairs before Beyond could see it as a pre-warning prior to anything appearing.
If I can turn
Is
invisible,
it-
Fae things can probably turn invisible.
Is it does this alarm spell that you're going to do, does it actually make a noise, or is it just something that you sense? Will you be able to sense it if you're asleep?
It's
How does it
it's
work?
a mental alarm.
So, but will it wake you up?
Yes,
Okay, that's fine.
and it lasts for 8
Unless
hours.
it's an Eddie alarm. In which case, no spell on earth will wake him up.
It's got to have fire starter by Prodigy 8 times before it wake up
It
in the morning.
sounds loudly every 15 minutes for 4 hours.
No, that's what you do, and what makes me want to divorce you. Yeah, no, it wakes you up.
Where are you putting this alarm?
Yeah, so it's got a 30-foot range, so I'm going to stand at the entrance to the stairs, and I'm going to cast it across the stairs about like 15 feet down.
Okay, so you have the tunnel above you, the broken door leading out to the artists, and the stairs down. Yep, and you're putting
Yes,
the alarm
that's
over the
stairs.
stairs.
So if something comes
Actually-
up the stairs, we'll know.
It's not concentration, and I'm about to get hopefully a long rest, so I will alarm all 3.
Mark them off.
I have.
Cool.
Oh no.
What are the rest of you doing?
Standing watch.
Nuzzling up
I-
the dragon.
Fluff up my wings and make a cocoon.
Kuna. Sorry.
Getting on top of the very soft, downy dragon wing and sleeping there.
Or the bed.
Seeing all this, I'm
more
gonna
comfortable than a bed.
True.
Sit by Velk, lean against a wall on a pack, and try and meditate and nap a bit.
So you can't alarm the tunnel as it's larger than a 20-foot cube, which we'd already discussed with Raya, because you'd need to cast 2 spells. But you can
That's
do
fine,
the
so-
artist door and the new stairway door.
Yes, I will do that.
Well, the
Alright.
other one's like 60 feet in air as well, isn't it?
Yeah. It'd be
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah. So you'd need to get up 30 feet and then cast it anyway. But you can't do the tunnel. You've already.
Yeah.
Is it a mental one or an audible one?
Mental.
Cool. It will alert you within 1 mile. Nice. If you are asleep, pings. Cool. Do you designate anyone that won't set it off?
None of my friends are going to go through those spaces
That you
right now, and if they do, I'd want to know about it. So no.
Okay. I like it. Beyond, you're just getting ready. What are you focusing on an entrance or just on watch for the night? For the 4 hours?
On watch for the night, I'll like shift my focus from one to the other. To the other.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool. Raya? What's your plan?
Sleeping.
Just do your 4 hours. Etheria?
Yeah.
Before I sleep, I'm going to cast Sending using my braces.
I love it. Fucking right, I'm getting this in.
And
Dear Dave.
Dear
Just some
Alexander.
random. Got this spell slot to lose.
Silly with a market. Silly with a market split.
dear Shauna, what are you wearing?
Are you messaging Shauna?
No. I'm going to message.
Shauna's a popular NPC.
Yeah, Fairy's not into that stuff.
It's disgusting.
I'm gonna message Felicity,
Your wyvern?
my wyvern.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say we've had a bit of a fight. We've had a bit of a fight. Just bedding down.
Say that twice.
No. Look after your siblings. We'll be back when we can.
You get back. Yeah.
Roger that. Over.
Don't die. Much to do. I'll watch the whammers.
Says the biggest whammer of the litter.
Yeah. She's casting sanctuary on a tree while them not getting murdered.
They're definitely all fighting. And mine is fighting one of the other ones.
Probably Rich's.
Such a dick.
And then yeah, I'll bed down.
Okay. Velk, Althea. Oh, you're snuggling.
else.
You're snuggling. Just you, Velk.
If everybody else is sleeping, I'll rather sleep as well.
Cool.
If people look like they're like getting out bed mats and stuff, I'm gonna like hold out my arm and see if I can convince people to sleep on the wing because it is the most comfortable thing I've ever felt in my entire life. Like, come on, we have a massive like feather down bed here. Like,
Remy is full on like, motherfucker. Do you know how uncomfortable it is?
what to sleep with a wing stretched out?
With you lot on it. Yeah. So you bed down into the eagle feathers of your dragon friend. Wolfbearer will have a full conversation with Remy, which I won't do.
Oh, please.
Hey up, Remy.
Wolf bearer.
Give me a perception check, Althea.
Is Remy doing Duolingo?
Yeah.
You won't
What?
believe, but it is a nat 20.
I believe you. Not many people cheat on perception checks. You know what I mean?
This is the best I've rolled in ages.
Actually, this is the
that's
one time.
Since the most recent level up, that is a 24 because I took proficiency in perception.
Nice. There is a mark on Wolfbearer's neck that you never noticed before.
He's got a hickey.
He has got an emerald feathered wing mark on his neck, like a brand.
Yeah.
Dragon hickey.
All right,
I
Fairy,
won't-
calm yourself.
I won't ask him about it now, but I will make note to ask him about it in the morning so that we can all sleep.
Wolfbearer will sit by the rubble, as it happens, with Penglai, and kind of move the rocks and stuff about. So he's got like an almost cot sort of area to lay in. Just puts his hand behind his head, just kind of nestles into the stone. Feels a little bit weird, but he's missing the mountains. And he's like, what the fuck am I doing here? I was at a funeral 3 days ago. And
While,
go on.
while resting as well, I can carry on writing that story.
Yep, in the book.
Yeah.
Cool. You all fall asleep. And I will get my dice out. Nope, that's the wrong one. There you are.
That's enough.
Just bardic dice, kids.
To be fair, that's one of the ones I've been using that I've got 3 nat 20s in a row on so far. So.
You can't see it, but I've got one of those matte dice and it's parchment coloured. It's so nice. It's one of my favourite dice.
I've got one of
Right.
I've got the blood ones.
Yeah. Is that the sound of PC death? Maybe Dirty Dwarf, maybe.
No day. No.
Give me a perception check, Bjorn. Just so you lot know, I'm confident.
Bjorn's just left.
He's just left. No, I refuse.
Does he have to look out the door?
He's literally got another perception check outside.
AD's outside the window.
He is also muted before he responds. So.
Oh, right, it's so far away.
Dice, hold the dice.
They will help you.
Nice. Yes, they will. Dirty 20.
Cool. So, during your watch, you see nothing out of the ordinary, Bjorn. The one thing you do notice is the same thing I've noticed, and that's my logo coming across the screen because I didn't see it before. Hey, look at that! Woo! Let's get that back in the corner. I don't know how I've done that, but whatever. Professionalism. What you do notice is you are able to feel the environment for the first time since becoming an undead dwarf, which is a hell of an adventure in itself. You can feel the cold, you can feel the breeze, you can smell the age of this crypt. It's as if your senses are heightened or lying to you. You stand up, you walk around, breathing it in. Yeah, it just smells feisty down here. And then you look at the picture of Bahamut, this Goliath, this mountain-born, this hulking warrior that faced off against the silver dragon. Solo, apparently. And the mountains beyond, in the background of this epic battle between dragon and Goliath, turn the colour of azurite. And your vision seems to be like that of an eagle soaring above the mountains. And it's almost like you've gone into the tapestry, into the image, and you can see it before you, just unfolding. And you fly over these azurite peaks, this blue stone. You see a grand city built into the mountains of strong oaken wood, high trees, as if all the druids in Colossus came together and put an effort in to create this dwarven city of druidic beauty. You go into it, fly through the streets, over the buildings, all grown, all designed by the imagination of one skilled in flower arranging or woodwork. And you get to what can only be described as a throne room. There are 3 guards, 2 on one side, a single guard on the other, to this throne. In azurite armour, the same blue of the mountains. Warriors holding a axe in similar design to the one that you can summon forth before battle. There is a place empty of its guard. Upon the throne is the monarch of the azurite dwarfs. They are striking in their features. There is a beauty about them that is one of acknowledgement and respect. They hold power. There is an aura about them, and they are ancient. The 3 azurite guards, the royal guards of this throne, stare at you, hold out their axes that are of a similar design to yours. And you hear a question that comes from all 3 of them. Are you with us, or nay?
Does it mean to be with you?
They look at one another, as if that is the answer. And without knowing it, you summon the axe to your hand. It is far more dwarven than it is Costo at the minute.
Hold the axe up towards them.
The one on the throne, they stand. There is a grace to them that you wouldn't expect from someone of shoulders so massive. As they come towards you, the ground almost does the work for them and kind of just brings them along and gives that surreal floating effect as the robes behind them kind of bloom and grow, as the royal cloak they wear is one of true nature. The crown upon their head is of both thorn and beauty. You accept the gifts of the Azerite dwarfs, of the first magic of the druids that graced the lands of Colossus. But to accept those gifts is to stand at my side. And yet you stand at another. We all have choices to make on our road. But where there is an answer to one, there is a denial of another. You may only walk one path at a time.
The
Time.
path I walk
Go on.
is to face defeat a great terror to the entire world. I stand at the side of all living things. Once I am done with that quest, I will come to visit you to either accept or return your gift. I promise this.
You swear on the axe.
I do.
And both the law of vengeance and the chaos of nature, you swear, Bjorn of Viconia.
Vengeance in nature is all I have ever lived for. So yes, I so swear.
Then you may use our gifts for a moment longer. And they just kind of go back to the throne. And the three Azerite guards in their full sort of wooden plate armour. All three of them, you can feel their eyes upon you. We'll see you soon, brother. And you kind of come back out of the image. You kind of shake it off. And you are in the room. You turn back. Just kind of breathe. Give me a perception check again.
I don't breathe.
You can pretend.
Waste of energy. I want to use part of my undead nature and use sense mortality.
Okay.
Just because obviously I've been away and I want to make sure everything's okay, so I want to use sense mortality. So as an action, I can open my awareness to detect life force until the end of my next turn. I know the location of any beast, dragon, elemental, fey, humanoid, giant, or monstrosity within 60 feet of me that is not behind total cover, so it does work on invisible creatures.
Undead?
No.
Cool, carry on. You think you're the only one in Colossus?
Within the same radius, I can also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
Oh yeah, I remember that bit.
Spell.
Yeah. Okay.
So perception check again, yeah.
Please.
Okay. Have we got any reroll?
No.
No.
Why?
Where are you? It's going to be a 14.
Cool. Althea, Etheria, and Wolfbearer. Yep. You stare at them for a bit. Something's just niggling at you as you do you reach out with your senses. And you see Rhea kind of like adjust, like the magic has just washed up like a breeze, and she's like, "That fucking." Faze does that little. Velk, you can see the left eye twitch as he's trying to come up with another lunatic that you lot have got to deal with 7 sessions from now. But the consistent thing with them is their chest rises and sinks with each breath. Althea, Etheria, and Wolfbearer, their chests are not rising or sinking.
Okay.
Etheria and Althea, can you give me a death saving throw, please?
Brush over to check on them.
Okay.
Pass.
Cool.
Fail.
Cool. And I'll do Wolfbearer.
Yeah,
Put my
nice.
eldritch eyes on as I run over.
If you just so you know, if Wolfbearer dies, Tuesday will kill you. He failed. So who do you go? Who do you run over to?
The 3 of them. 'cause they're
Well,
near
Wolfbearer's
each other.
Wolfbearer's on the pile of rocks. Althea is snuggled into Remy. Etheria, where are you?
By Velk.
By Velk. So they're not miles apart. Obviously, you're in the same room, but you'd have to look at one at a time, space-wise.
You can decide then where we are. Who's closest?
I would say probably Wolfbearer, because he's on the pile of rocks. Remy's taken up because he's a dragon, so he's in the corner. So I'd say Wolfbearer, Etheria, Althea, in closeness to furthest away.
Okay. I'll rush over to Wolfbearer and attempt to force a potion of healing down their throat.
Cool. That is easily done.
Cool.
I'll say full because he's just laying there. So, what's the potion of healing?
It's the
4d4 plus 6 or whatever, isn't it? Something like that.
Is it a big one or just a little?
I've only got a few little ones. I
Okay.
haven't got
So you
my sheet of it.
bang a little one in his mouth. The liquid is consumed. You see the potion emptied. Nothing happens on Wolfbearer.
Okay.
Etheria and Althea, can you give me a death saving throw, please?
Scream.
Fail.
Pass.
So both pass fail and pass fail, or fail, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, 2 passes, 2 fail.
You screamed Faze.
Vextrea! Velk! Remy!
Ah,
Remy's like Remy's up. Just Althea gets like limply flung.
Thrown off.
I don't know why I'm doing the actions. I've got fucking grizzly bear up on the screen. But yeah, Althea gets flung like a rag doll.
Our friends are dying.
okay. Okay. Which friends? Which friends, Bjorn?
Etheria,
Why are they dying?
Althea, Wolfbearer. I have no idea. I'm going to look at Wolfbearer, who's nearest, with my eldritch sight and see if there's anything.
Necromantic.
There is necromancy.
Well, to be fair, if you looked at any of them, because it stays up permanently.
Yeah, but it's only a 30-foot radius, so I don't know if they're
Yeah,
as close
like
as-
running between them, you'd be
Yeah.
all 3 of them ping necromantic.
Okay, who's closest to me?
Did you sleep on the dragon?
No. I just sat down sort of in the middle of the room.
So
Where I was.
probably Wolfbearer. I will save this NPC.
So glad the NPC's going to survive. Yeah.
I was going to say, Beyond's already with Wolfbearer, though.
He's still the closest. Like, if you are near the middle, it would be pretty much
I'd go
same.
for Althea or Etheria first.
Etheria's the next closest, then Althea.
Okay, so I'll run to Etheria, and sort of just drop. And in fact, as soon as I'm within 60 feet, which I should be to begin with, I'm going to drop a healing word first into Etheria and then into Althea.
Okay. You both receive the warm healing light of the Red Lady. Nothing happens.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep running towards Etheria though. And can I do a medicine check?
On Etheria?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll do the same on Wolfbearer.
So.
Do I wake up?
Well, it's up to you. Beyond shouted phase.
Probably woke up.
It's your choice to wake up or not.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd run, assess the situation.
I also shouted Rhea, Velk, and Remy.
Yeah. 15? It's not great.
15 is high enough to do two things. One, notice that Wolfbearer was dying.
Etheria,
Sorry, was dying, and is currently under some sort of necro poisoning or something in their system that's necromantic. Not necessarily the status effect of poisoned, just narrative poisoned.
I was just going to say,
narrative
poisoned. Right?
Yeah. It's Colossus, bitch.
Hang on.
So they're no longer dying. However, you do know that they're going to start dying again if the necromantic thing isn't removed from them.
I rolled a 19 on Wolfbearer medicine.
Same. You can delay it. You're just not sure how long you can delay it for. But you'd have to keep rolling to keep delaying. But you are aware that they're both under Etheria and Wolfbearer at least are under some sort of necromantic thing. That is...
Did Remy actually throw me off his wing, or is he...
Not deliberately. He just,
Okay.
just as he stood to see what's going on.
Just flop off.
Yeah. Wasn't aware you'd flop off. Sorry?
Can I okay. Can I see a source of this spell anywhere, or has it just been cast on 3 individually? Can I determine that? If it was a spell, the effect, a source of the effect, not necessarily a spell.
The source of the effect,
yeah,
you're unsure, but the 3 of them are under it. Like, there's not like it's shot from the corner or a trap or anything. So whilst
I've got an idea.
Whilst you are doing this,
yeah,
Rhea, seeing as you're not medicine checking anyone, give me a perception check, please.
$23.
Cool. From the tunnel above, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You see floating down slowly a beautiful strawberry blonde lock of hair just floating down.
Fucking arsehole. Fucking dwarf.
Can I leave Etheria for a second, run over to Wolfbearer?
Yep.
And I would like to sync the spell magic. Actually, I don't even need to run. It's 120-foot range. I don't know why I keep doing this. I'm going to stay with Etheria.
I'm going to run right up to him with a nuclear missile.
Yeah, I'm going to cast... run completely out of spell slots for this, right? I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on Wolfbearer, because Wolfbearer also has Dispel Magic, because he said so to be on.
He does. He gets up.
Okay.
What? What's going on? What's going on? He's looking around.
I'm very sorry to do this to you so quickly, but I need
like
you
shit.
to cast Dispel Magic. I know. I need you to Dispel Magic on either Etheria or Althea, and tell me which one you're going to do it to.
Rhea, hearing this, runs over to Althea and also casts Spell Magic.
Cool.
Ah,
As
nice.
this is happening, Etheria and Althea, I need another death saving throw off you.
Failed.
That one failed or just failed?
I got 2.
Failed.
That one or normal?
8. Normal.
Cool. I got to check because that one's important.
Yeah. That one is 2.
Wolfbearer will remove it off Etheria, being the closest. And Rhea, you're doing it to Althea?
Yes.
You are no longer needing death saving throws, and the necromantic deadly curse that was upon you is removed.
But they are still unconscious, right?
No,
Because
no,
they went back there.
they're up. It brings them up like
Oh.
the removing of it gives them that like jerk awake because they were definitely attacked.
Hi.
Wolfbearer
The
helps
drama.
Superior to their feet. You do feel like you've just failed 2 death saving throws, by the way. So.
What hit points were on? Did it take the hit points?
Took
or
no
not?
hit points.
Yes.
No hit points.
No.
Curse.
Raya's
It's a
gonna
magical
walk
effect
over.
rather than a curse, just for those
Yeah.
interested in
Upon
mechanics.
waking, do I see my hair floating down as I wake up?
About to say Raya was gonna walk over to grab the hair.
You wouldn't. You won't have seen it, but you will
Okay.
see it in Raya's hand. Like you watch
Yeah.
Raya pick something up and see a lock of your hair.
Yeah, and then I'll walk back over to the group and just
Where did that come
show
from?
it. It fell from the tunnel up there.
Our mates here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would assume so.
However, based on what I've just done to get you guys back up and sort of alive and stuff, I am now useless pretty much in any fight. Just a heads up.
You're not
Future
useless. You've
reference.
got a big hammer.
That is literally all I have. Correct.
That's...
I, on the
I-
other hand, am virtually useless.
Did we get long rest before this?
Nope.
Ooh.
Short one.
I'll give a short one. Yeah.
That doesn't help me.
Depends how fast you went to sleep.
Looking around, can I have a look around the room to see if I'm imagining, you know, who can be very fucking stuck? Where did the hair cut? I'm going to ask the group, where did this come from? Where did you get this?
Raya
don't
told
know.
you.
I'll-
Raya
As,
pointed up.
as
Oh,
I
did Raya
said,
say- oh,
She
sorry.
pointed up. You asked the Raya answered you. And you went,
Yeah, yeah.
answer me, goddammit. I have.
But where?
Yeah. Next to
I'm
the
going to
big sofa.
stagger to the middle of underneath the hull, and I'm going to cast Ice Ball up it.
Cool.
And explode it just at the top to get all the rim. I know even if he's there, he's evasive as fuck, but I don't care.
You do so. Roll your damage, please.
As Etheria does that, I'm going to turn to Remy and say, have you managed to, like, master your breath? Like, do you feel confident using it, do you think? Bear in mind, AD, I cannot see any gestures that you're doing, so we're going to
He's just like full, shoulders up, sort of.
30 ice damage.
30. Ooh. You sit. As for a brief moment, that entire like entrance or exit, depending which way you're going, is just a frozen mass of arcane ice, deathly shards, and then after a second or two, it dissipates.
How high is the
The
hole,
entrance
like-
is 60 foot, and then the hole is the drop is 60 foot, so it's 120 foot back up to.
Okay, so I want to. Does Remy have enough room to?
Remy
to
can
the-
fly you to the hole,
Yeah,
but then Remy would struggle.
can't get
to
through the
get
hole.
through-
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Like,
I didn't know if he had enough
gravity
room
got
to
him
like
down here.
actually expand his wings in this room.
No,
so-
no. In the room,
Okay.
he could. Well,
Yeah.
He'd only have to do a little jump, wouldn't he?
Yeah, yeah. So I want to get on his back and say, "Can you get me up there? I want to see if I can see anything."
Cool. So Remy will like lower himself down. You climb on his back, and he'll do like a leap up to it. You're now at the bottom of the cylinder.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Can I see anything? Can I see any like
Give me a
anyone
perception
peering
check.
over?
Oh, there's no one peering over.
Okay. Let me see. 23, 19 plus 4.
You can hear movement, but you can't see anything at the top.
Where's the movement coming from?
Oh, above you, like it's on the. You'd have to like it's from that room where you fought the Hydra. What'd you get? 24?
23.
23? There's more than one set of footsteps.
I'm just gonna shout up. Come and finish this, you coward.
Definitely persuasive, that. We're in.
Yeah.
You
And
hear nothing for a moment, and the footsteps stop.
Still don't see anything. No one appears.
And then something comes over the rim.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bit of chain with a amulet of sorts on it.
Mm.
And it just cling, clang, bang, like bounces off and slides down the thingy towards you. Do you catch it? Looks like a necklace.
No, I'm gonna let it fall onto Remy's back.
I'll take out the dragon. It lands on Remy's back, not with any real thud. It's a necklace, but it's got blood on it and such. You immediately, you do, yeah. It's the symbol of your house where you learnt to be a gladiator.
I'm gonna grab on the chain and yank it, trying to. If there's someone holding on to it on the other end, I'm gonna.
No, it's a necklace.
No, you said it came. Oh no, just.
Yeah. Sorry, it's not. It's not. They're not lowering a chain to you.
Yeah.
They threw a necklace at you. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say, once again, you can come and finish this. I can see the message you're trying to send, but it doesn't mean anything from up there.
You just hear laughing.
Could I please cast Locate Object?
You can.
And focus on the lock of hair that was cut from Althea's head.
Well, no.
Why not?
Yeah, you can. What's
quite a lot of it.
What's the specifics of the spell?
Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. As long as you have a sense of direction, and you sense the direction of the object's location as long as the object is within 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement.
It's above you.
You can locate a specific object known to you as long as you've seen it within 30 feet. I'm pretty sure I've seen Althea's hair closer than 30 feet.
Collars and cuffs. It's above you.
Hannah, he answered.
Above you, but thank you. But that's good.
Does it give me any more, like, is it above and straight ahead, above and to the west?
The hair, the object you're concentrating on, is 120, 130 feet from you up. So it's if you look straight up, maybe a square or two in a round. Do you know what I mean? It's above you. You can pinpoint it pretty much like like you were following him under the, listening to his footsteps and following type thing. It's definitely there.
Okay.
How tall is the? Sorry, I know you've told me, but how tall is the tunnel? Like
60
how
foot.
far? 60. Okay.
Did you say we could see where the necklace came from?
Yeah, they threw it. Well, you can't. There's a dragon in the way.
Alright,
Yeah. They're in the Hydra room. The necklace got thrown into the tunnel.
And then the tunnel. So it's 60 foot from us.
60 foot to the tunnel, and then 60
And
foot
another
of tunnel
60 foot deep. Yeah.
to the Hydra room. So 120 feet just to get to the Hydra room. And
And
Althea's at the rim of the lower end. She's seen nobody near the top bit in the Hydra room, but they just tossed the necklace over.
I'm gonna kick down the necklace, like kick it off Remy's back so it falls down to the rest of them, and say it'll be like, it looks like, do you remember Althea's mini? It was like a shield but with a bit cut out, like the gladiatorial for the spears to go through with the spikes around the edge. It looks a bit like that, but like on a pendant, which is the symbol of her. What are they called? AD?
Ludus.
Ludus, yeah. She'll kick it off, and then obviously it's covered in blood, and she'll say that's the symbol of my Ludus where I trained. He's taunting us.
Perry is just pacing up and down under the dragon with both swords out, just muttering, I need to get up there, I need to get up there.
We can see the rim, right?
You can see what room? The Hydra room?
The rim. Like, can we? So where?
You can't see anything. There's a dragon in the way of it because Althea's Remy's put Althea to it. But if they, you see what I mean? Like he's holding her up basically. He's giving her a boost.
Yeah.
Just that's cool.
If Althea and Remy moved out the way, you can see up the tunnel, but you can only see the What, the roof?
Where
'cause
did
it's
where did Etheria fire the ice ball to?
straight up,
Up
the
the
straight
hole.
up, the straight
I
up.
just
Yeah. I'm gonna start. Is
Polymena is your.
because I remember
youngest.
dropping through. So we went into the sarcophagus in the
Yep. And then
treasure room.
and then there was a hole that
There
went
was a
straight
hole
down. That's
that
the
went
tunnel
straight.
I'm on
That
about.
went
That's-
straight down. You said
Yeah.
60 feet.
Yeah.
So they're stood at the rim of that.
They're not stood at the rim of it. They
Oh,
can't
that's
see.
it.
it.
Oh, yeah.
They're,
Right.
they're assuming. Etheria assumed
I just-
they were
I
at the
don't
rim.
know whether are we not directly under it, so we're 60 feet down.
The tunnel was 60 feet and the drop 60 feet. That's why you use Featherfall to get down from it.
So we're 120 feet from the next room, essentially.
I thought you initially said 60, just 60. It was a 60-foot drop. Yeah.
Today, I've said
That's cool,
120.
yeah.
We might have to
That's
go
cool.
back on the stream and have a look.
That's why I was like,
Like-
I don't know where the tunnel came from, but there was no
Like
60-foot
this.
tunnel last time. Yeah.
So this
I
is
can't-
this
I
is
can't see
60.
it.
You,
can't
you,
see it.
yeah.
Oh.
You 100% dropped through a tunnel because it took Remy around to get through it.
So
Is
we
this right, AD?
if 120 feet, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just getting it in my head.
So, is the earth around this the tunnel that we fell through, the 60 foot of it? Is it like loose? Can I grab onto it?
It'd be difficult, but yeah.
I'm gonna grab on and
Because the
start
tunnel was
trying to.
created magically. It wasn't dug, so it's
Yeah.
not rough. But
Yeah.
there are bits you could try and climb up.
I'm gonna get so that I'm all on it, like hands and feet braced, and start trying to climb, and then say to Remy, get the others, and then I'm gonna start trying to climb. As soon as I get 30 foot up, and when I can sense I'm within range of 30 foot of the edge, I'm gonna summon my echo on the edge, and then swap places with my echo.
Cool. So a few things are going to happen. Give me an athletics check. Remy will. Well, you'll see what happens here first.
15 plus 9, so 24.
Yeah. So you cling to the side. It's too wide for you to do the whole.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
like trying to frog climb up it, basically.
So Remy will drop down. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Get
pick
the
up
others.
whoever jumps on the back of the dragon. 2 crossbows come over the edge
Yeah.
of the rim and fire at you while you're climbing.
Did you say we have
Fine.
no hit points or no hit points lost?
No hit
No
points
hit
lost.
points lost.
I had the other way.
Yeah, you've got all your hit points. Or
Yeah.
whatever you had before you went to sleep.
Yeah, full.
Yeah.
The first crossbow bolt
Mm-hmm.
is a 22.
Just hits.
And the second crossbow bolt,
Mhm.
whoosh, is a 20.
Doesn't hit.
You take very little bludgeoning damage. You take 4 points of bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you? That's not what I'm after. How is it? I can never. There you go. And you take 15 points of necromantic damage, which I believe you
I'm-
have.
Resistant to, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's it.
7.
9, 15, 7 points. And the other bolt just skitters off down the tunnel. Are you lot getting on the back of Remy?
I'm going to use 4 sorcery points to recover a 4th level spell slot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I'm getting on Remy.
I'll jump
Get
on.
on Remy.
I will usher Bjorn over to me. I said, Bjorn, come here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to let them fly up.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Fucking love that.
Uh,
Bjorn, come
we're
here.
taking-
Fuck
We're
them.
taking a shot. We're taking a shortcut. And I cast Dimension Door.
Oh.
Cool. To where? Because you can't see the floor of the Hydra room, so you're going straight up in the air.
Yeah, but I know the dimensions and stuff. I know where I'm going.
Oh yeah,
which
you
I
can go.
believe is
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
it.
I'm an
Yeah,
idiot.
So
so-
that
I'm
fourth
an
level
idiot.
spell shot to kill himself.
yeah, yeah. I do it off into the blood lake.
Could just get on the dragon. Nope.
Yeah, straight up to the top of the sarcophagus.
Okay.
So
you go-
land on top of it.
You land on top of it.
Both swords out and looking around.
Give me a perception check. You and Bjorn.
Fuck. 5.
And Tony's back.
22.
Cool. Althea, as the crossbow bolts, they obviously then the crossbow bolts go. The crossbows you see them disappear again. You pop your
To
echo.
be
Up.
reloaded, I assume.
You pop your echo
Mm-hmm.
and switch places. I'm assuming to climb.
Yeah.
To do the climb. Faze and Raya, what are you doing?
I'll
Velk.
just fly up.
You fly up. Faze.
I got on Remy.
Okay. Velk.
Aye.
So
Got Remy.
Wolfbearer, Velk, and Faze are on Remy. Are you going to try and climb how Althea did? Or do you have magics to propel you up? Wolfbearer's going to climb. He's not a teleporting man.
I'll be half waiting, like to give them a hand up as soon as I can reach them, and half kind of.
It's Remy not flying us to the room.
He can't fly up the tunnel, mate.
Okay.
He had to full on squeeze, like wings closed and everything, to get into the Bahamut room.
Cool.
And it took him around to like wiggle his way through. So he can fly you to it. Like he's not going to be able to come back up and help you.
Cool. Alright. Yeah.
Just give Velk a little ass.
It's okay, Val can stand on top of me and I'll climb up and he can just hold on to the side.
Remy, like a trampoline, you know, when you bounce one person up.
He's a dragon.
Fastball you up.
Yeah, I'll climb.
Athletics check. Wolfbearer falls off straight away onto Remy's back.
Not natural, but 20.
Oh, nice. Fizz?
Sorry, athletics.
Yeah.
Sorry, just for a moment. 19.
It's pretty good. So while Remy falls off, and Velk and Fizz just kind of like, Velk's like,
a spider monkey.
Fizz is just like one arm, just like pulling herself like one arm in fucking plate armor, just rinsing herself up there. Etheria, you saw nothing, even if they were stood right in front of you. Althea, give me a perception check. And Raya, as you fly up. I didn't hear you. Althea, are you on mute?
22.
I'll get to you in a minute. 22 for Bjorn, 22 for Althea.
24.
And 24. Neither of you see anyone else in that room.
Cool.
Can't hear anything. But what you all do see is where all the treasure was. There's thousands and thousands of shards of broken mirror glass. And your door is no longer blocked by Earth, which you saw anyway. Faze and Velk, you climb over. You're now in the Hydra room. Do you want to do a perception check?
Yeah.
You're lot looking around confused. Wolfbearer shouting up, "Do you see anything?"
Perception. Oh, 16.
Natural 20 for 28.
Ooh.
By the earthen where the earthen doorway was, where you came into this room, you just see like a flicker of a person just nip. You know, so imagine you were hiding either side of a door. Like you see them just disappear either side of that doorway. At least two figures.
Where you
first came in and Raya raised the earth on the door to stop it closing. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That she saw that it had been dispelled earlier on. You've come up now. You can see that it's clearly open. Like the door's not moving. It's just knackered. And you see two figures, humanoid shape. One go left, one go right, either side of that doorway.
The moment I see them,
it's more shadow than visual.
As in, like, I just see the back end of them.
Yeah,
right,
just flick around. You're definitely aware that two people went that way, but you wouldn't. If someone asked you, what colour were the jacket, you wouldn't be able to describe it. Like, you just caught it.
So I'll say the party gives chase, and then I'll pop a hypnotic patterns into the doorway after the shadows.
What's the range of it?
It's 120 feet, and it's a wisdom saving throw of 17.
Cool. So you pop the patterns in there. You're unsure if they've succeeded or failed,
Cool.
as they are hidden.
Start running.
Do I see Velk like gesture when he's casting a spell in that direction?
Oh, full on. Like, it's not like a stealth spell. He's like
Yeah.
cast magic in that direction.
Yeah,
Run.
there's twirling patterns of colours that just go in that area.
Sprint in that direction.
Cool. As you go blasting through the doorway, are you just running through it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna make them attack me, at least they'll be there.
Cool.
I'm trying to keep pace, and as soon as I start to hit the doorway, I'm
If
going
they're
to.
just just for you, AD, they're incapacitated, which means they can't maintain any spells on them if
I'm
it's
aware.
their own invisibility. Yeah, cool.
Aware, man.
Sound. Unless they drank up.
I read up on that fucker because it's horrible.
Yeah.
You go running through the door with Althea.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Etheria?
I'd have been keeping pace with Althea, but as soon as we pretty much hit the door, I'm gonna Misty Step straight through it as far up the corridor. I can't remember what was it, a stairwell or whatever.
It was a massive room full of illusionary warriors.
Oh, it was, yeah. Misty Step straight out, not onto one of the trap sides. If I can help it.
Nice. As you go running through Althea, and you kind of like look left and right, your friends don't get caught by the hypnotic pattern, do they?
No, like because there's 120 feet, it pops in a 30-foot cube, so it pops into the doorway. And
Yeah,
then
so
everybody's
what-
following it. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. It's not constant.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah. It's
a
that one
pop.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you run through Althea, you see two dwarves. You don't recognise them. They've got the usual like baggy sort of robes and that are kind of over their shoulders and stuff. You can see they've got a bandolier of knives. They've got small hand crossbows. They've got two larger crossbows on their back, and they're just their beards and hair is kind of like they've picked up like grease and put it in it. You can see there's grease markings on the blades to take away the shine of the metal, and they're kind of just staring at this hypnotic pattern in front of them.
Do I see the same? Because I said I was running at the same time as Althea did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid question, but yeah.
As a land
You're a lot weird.
He's just describing what Althea says.
I didn't even hear you say you were following. I just heard a theory say Misty Step.
I heard
Instead
you.
of
I
running.
heard you, Rich.
Well, then you see it, don't you?
Yeah. Also, I'm faster than Althea. I would have got there first.
I doubt that. I
I
think
got
she'd have
caught-
stabbed you.
Yeah, good point.
You're a dwarf, mate. Your movement's gone down.
Movement doesn't get affected, and I've got the mobile feet, so I've got 40 feet.
You're not a dwarf anyway. You're a white.
What?
Just
What?
shut up and stab stuff. You Misty Step through with area. You see,
Yeah,
you look behind you. It's only 30 feet, isn't it? Misty Step.
30 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get ahead if I could.
You do. You magically appear in front of her. You turn around and you see these two dwarves just staring at whatever it was Velk had conjured.
Do I recognise either one of them?
They just look dwarven in nature. Neither one of them's ringing any bells.
Not the dwarf I met before.
Yeah.
These are not the dwarves you're looking
These
for.
are not the dwarves you are looking for.
I'll start walking back to him and I'll say to Althea, it's not him.
But he's still gonna kill
let
them.
him
Though.
go.
Like we're still gonna. These
I
dwarves-
am making some faces
These,
right now.
these dwarves
As-
are not getting out of here alive.
As Etheria walks back towards us and says this, Bjorn's just going to nod. And I'm going to cast Hexblade's Curse on the one on the left. And I'm going to hit them twice. Really fucking hard.
Okay, advantage.
I didn't say let him go.
Can we? Are we rolling initiative or?
They're incapacitated at the moment. So
Okay, so we can
do
just
they
hit
save
them.
every round, Velk?
So the
Or they're
spell
just
ends
in it?
if for an effective creature, if it takes any damage, or if someone uses an action to shake it out of its stupor. So
Bjorn,
they either,
why not?
they
just
either have to
restrain
take
them?
damage or
So the first
Shake 'em
person
out.
to wait will break it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't
Don't
shake.
hit them. Restrain them.
they don't take it. There's no saving throws. It's just
So they're just first time they
it's
take damage,
literally
it'll break.
damage or like I can hold it for a minute basically.
So it's a minute or damage.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hearing Faye say don't hit them, restrain them. Would like driving my longsword through them and into the wall count as restraining? Could I do that in a way?
No.
Bjorn's like,
That is no. I mean,
as soon as your
damage,
longsword pushes through slightly, they move.
he's going to react.
How are they stood? Where are the hands?
They're literally docile. They're just hands are down. They're staring at a pretty pattern in front of them. They don't even know you're there.
I've got rope. I'd like to very carefully, without shaking them. You know, obviously you're not shaking them awake. I'd like to pull their hands behind them and secure them.
The party thinks about disarming them.
That would be good.
Shut up, Val.
I could definitely chop their arms off.
No, just
That's
take
not what disarm means.
the weapons.
I'm gonna take their crossbows and snap them over my knee.
Cool.
Fine.
I'll take the daggers.
Cool.
And I'm tying their hands, and then I'm going to loop rope around their legs. So if they try and run, when they come out, they're just going to go.
Cool.
I'm gonna sit on one of them.
They got any backpacks or pouches or anything like that?
Yeah, they're tools similar to yourselves, like for on the road. Like they haven't just come from a local house; they've been tracking for days, it seems.
Yeah, take all of it.
They're fully like kitted for the outdoors.
How much strawberry blonde hair do they have on them?
Do you check?
Yes.
At the end of this minute, I want those dwarves naked.
Yeah. I was like, they've got a minute, and they're like.
I want to know how much hair they have because I seem to not be missing much, but there's been so much.
I'm gonna
No, you lot assume that the hair they leave is like 4 meters long. It's just a little token, like it's like.
Yeah, but they still only took a lock, and it's come up so many times. There's been at least 6 arrows.
You're in a
with
world
my hair
of
attached.
magic.
They've been reproducing.
It's not even my hair. They've just found some poor blonde person.
They found an hamster and they're just shaving it.
Yeah. Don't shave hamsters. They don't like it.
So you've
And they
done.
look really
shaking,
weird.
holding the axe near the one I've cursed. Just wait.
So, how long does your curse last?
Hexblade's curse.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a combat thing.
Da,
So what? A minute? 10 minutes?
Yeah, it lasts for a minute.
Yeah. So about
It'll
your
drop at the same time as the hip.
It'll drop like
6 seconds after.
Yeah, something like that.
So, you restrain them, yeah?
Yeah.
They are restrained. Have you stripped them bar undies?
Yeah.
Right, cool. Velk, your hypnotic pattern wears off. 6 seconds later, beyond the curse wears off. You are all there in this little corridor. Well, not corridor, this large illusionary soldier room. The illusions are still there. Like you see all the soldiers just staring at the way you came in, just not paying attention to you at all. And I'm going to call it there. Because it's 10 to midnight. And I don't foresee you lot interrogating these two quickly.
Really?
How
I
much-
see it very differently.
How much hair, AD? How much hair are in the bags?
Give me an investigation check.
God.
You can't go to bed until you know how much hair was in the bags.
12.
12. One of them you don't find any hair. The other one, on their left forearm, under the skin, like you just grab a tiny bit, thinking that you found where they're keeping the lock, and you actually pull the hair from under their skin.
Itchy.
I'd like to investigate Althea's head to see how much he's missing.
Full side shave, mate.
Got an undercut all of a sudden.
Full undercut, not noticed.
Looks like Velk. And by Velk, I mean Eddie.
I'm going to say Bel's got hair.
Right, we're going to call it there.
Yeah.
This investigation stuff will take a while. And I'll go back and watch the stream and see how long this tunnel actually is. And we can retcon some magic if needs be. Thank you very much. First session back since the charity stream a week long. Go check out YouTube. The raid. There's still 16 people watching. Thank you very much. If you're lurking or watching, that's great. Thank you for the raid. It was super appreciated. It's cool to have other nerds watching. Please take care of yourselves. It's been amazing. I'm glad to be back. Let's get the ball rolling, get more and more. Session 50. Only 50 to go. And all will be well in the world. They won't be a stream next Monday because you lot are elsewhere and on your way back and stuff. For those that don't know, we all LARP. Well, most of us LARP. So we're going to be knackered next Monday. Well, they are. I'll be laughing. But yeah, tune in. We do Mondays, Tuesdays, Spelljammer on a Wednesday, more homebrew on a Sunday. It's coming to its epic finale. So if you want to see some badass combat coming in the next couple of episodes and you're free on a Sunday, check them out. dungeon mastered by Ricardo, Bjorn, the ginger one of Dice of the Beholder. So yeah, come and check us out. Thank you very much. It's always cool to have people staring at us do story stuff. Right, for now, say goodnight, players.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yay. Bye bye.